So now, according to Turkey LL Sheikh, they're going to try to do away with all pay-per-views in association with Riyadh season and Ring Magazine. They're not going to be pay-per-views, which, it should be welcome news for the people that actually buy the pay-per-views, like me, you know? That should be welcome news. But you have to imagine that if they're going to do away with pay-per-view, that may affect the month-to-month cost of a DAZN subscription. Okay, what it do, Mexico? What it do? That may affect the month-to-month cost of a DAZN subscription. If what they're saying is that they're going to do away with pay-per-view and make those shows available to all existing DAZN subscribers, then the cost of being a DAZN subscriber that may go up. But where it's still good news is you have to figure that if there's a price hike, I don't imagine it'll be that much. Myself, I'm not paying any more for DAZN than I was a couple of years ago because I get the annual, and that price didn't change. I get the yearly join. It renews in May for me, so I'm still paying basically what I was paying before. But now, provided that doesn't change, I'm going to end up with more bang for my buck, apparently. I don't look at it as a bad thing. It's a good thing, I think that especially now that you're going to be getting Queensbury promotion shows with Matchroom shows and Golden Boy, of course, a lot of the other smaller promotional outfits like GBM, Dimitri Salita, Dream Boxing, OTX, because there's a lot of smaller promoters that they work with too. It's a good thing at the end of the day, but I still see some people complaining, you know, and the people that are complaining, I don't get the sense that they pay for boxing anyway, to be honest. I don't get the sense that you paying the annual, the monthly. I don't get the sense that you pay for boxing, in which case, what are you complaining about? Shout out the country. I like the yearly. I've had the yearly for years. So where some people say that, oh, it's expensive, Brody, I'm paying now what I was paying in 2018. Shout out to Chico. Turkey declared war, and now PBC flunkies are mad that he did this before the Manny pay-per-view, like they was gonna buy it. Also, he G-checked Ariel Helwani too. Top Rank and PBC are outside looking in. Well, let's be honest, Drew, that would really affect PBC more than Top Rank because Top Rank didn't do a lot of pay-per-views anyway, if you remember. They didn't do a lot of pay-per-views, and I appreciated that they were keeping as many of their fights off pay-per-view as possible. So that announcement, I don't really feel like it affects them. It affects the PBC more because they do pay-per-views almost exclusively. Though month by month, I feel like the PBC more and more is becoming a non-factor. Because with the stuff that's going on with Javante, right, that he's not fighting in August. I don't know if he's going to fight that dude. We're going to talk about that tonight. Virtuoso said, do you think the subscription price will rise as a trade-off? I do. I actually do. I imagine it's going to go up some, but here's why it's not a bad thing. If you're one of the guys that's doing the month to month that you don't even pay for every month, you select what months you want to watch based on the schedule, you got to figure that if the difference between seeing some of these shows, the bigger ones, is the cost of a DAZN subscription, that may come out being a lot less than what it was before, paying for the subscription and paying for the pay-per-view. Now, if you're only paying for one, okay, well, that's still a lot less. Shout out to Chico. What's the fair, logical subscription price? It's hard for me to say, Drew, because I pay the $225. I don't pay the month to month. I don't even know what it is per month anymore. I still pay now what I was paying in 2018. It didn't change for me. So y'all got to let me know, what is the month to month DAZN subscription price? I imagine it's what, $20, $30. I imagine it's something like that. They announcing a stank fight on Saturday. I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see. 33 is kind of high. I ain't front. That is kind of high. Hold on, let me go to this. Contra.
What's
What
up?
it do, Contra?
Chilling?
Ain't shit. Ain't shit. Had a bad stomach ache, bro.
Oh,
Horrible.
did you? Why? Food?
Co- fucking corn, bro. I've developed
Really?
yeah, bro. Like I used to be able to eat corn chips and corn tortillas, and I'm gonna say the last year to 2 years, I was noticing if I eat Tostitos, chips, and salsa, I get a sharp ass stomach ache. And I made some tacos earlier, right? And normally I eat soft tacos. I don't normally eat corn tacos. I
Right,
normally eat
right.
soft shits. I ate that shit, bro. Yo, my stomach wasn't. Yo, it felt like I got stabbed, bro.
Well, have you thought about doing organic? Because
No, I think it's the corn shit, bro. Like I noticed that I'm like, yo, I only get this pain when I'm eating some shit that's made with corn. I only get it when it's made when it's that. Other than that,
Well,
I'm good to go.
that corn has probably been genetically modified, and now there's about on the labels. Oh, has pioneer engineered ingredients. I'm sorry, or
I mean, it's
biological.
possible. It's possible that they changed something about the ingredients, but it's also possible that over time you get less tolerant to certain shit. Because, like I said, when I was a kid, even though I was allergic to shrimp, I could still eat it. I would be itchy and I would get a little swollen, but over time it actually got worse. Like, yeah, I can't even
Yeah,
smell
you
that
know what?
shit.
That happened to me with penicillin. I used to be able to take that when I was a
Wow.
kid, and like about
Wow.
halfway through, all of a sudden, as like my early adulthood, all of a sudden, I one day I had this bad reaction, and they freaked out. It kept me in the dentist chair for like 2 hours and gave me a shot of Benadryl. Ever since then, I've
Wow.
been allergic to that shit.
Wow. Yeah, you know that our bodies change as we get older. I guess it's just odd to me because I used to eat like I never preferred corn tacos though. I always preferred soft tacos. You know what I mean? Just because I don't like the
Right.
shit falling apart in my hand as I'm biting the shit or whatever. But I made some shits earlier. I chefed the shit up, bro. I made the ground beef, got the pico de gallo, got the motherfucking lettuce and shit, made the beans, seasoned the beans and all. I hooked the
See,
shit up.
I cut.
Where
I
you
cut.
can get where you
I
can get soft tacos in New York.
Fucking Taco Bell, bro. But I'm not in New York. Remember
I
that?
copy
Not in New
the
York.
taquerias, bro. I make them street tacos. I get the tortilla, I chop up the onions and the cilantro and the meat, and then what I do is I'll throw a little twist on it. I'll throw like a little bit of avocado and then some McElhenney chipotle
Yeah,
sauce.
that's a good mix. Like what I did was I got some black beans. I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it, a little bit of olive oil. I took some ground some minced onion and minced garlic. One of them shits. Stirred it all in there real good. I put oregano in the shit or whatever. I chefed the shit up, dog. It came out
Nice.
good, but fucking corn taco shells, man. That shit.
¿Cómo que no corn? You don't like tacos dorados?
Maning, it wasn't always like that, pero el último año, I noticed that shit. When I got fucking, tú sabes esa vaina, Tostitos, chips and salsa. Yo compré esa vaina y de repente, I got a bad stomach ache. I didn't know what it was. And then I start putting it together. Yo, every time I eat chips,
Maybe
I
it's
get stomach ache.
because you are getting a little older.
Posiblemente.
I mean, he is 500 years
Yeah,
old.
but you know what? Try a different brand of chips too, though.
No, I'm not for this pain country. Fuck
No.
that.
You know what
If
it is? He needs the old vieja that's really grinding the corn on the molcajete
On a
naturally.
metate.
The
Te
blue
lo voy a
corn.
decir, esa vaina, that shit hurts so much, bro, that I'm not eating no chips.
You know what?
That's it.
Actually, the chips are good.
So
There's-
no
there's-
chilequiles either, bro.
There's
No, bro.
there's a
Tú no
brand of
entiendes cuánto duele esa vaina, man.
So
For
how
the
bad was
last,
that chorro? It was pretty bad then, huh?
no, it was, yeah, bro. I couldn't keep nothing down, bro.
Hey, have
not
you
even
guys-
water.
You guys call it chorro in Dominican?
Churria. We call it churria.
Okay, we call it chorro.
Have you ever
Because that's-
heard of a chip called Have a Chip?
Wait, country. The reason we call it churria is because that's the sound that the water makes when it leaves your ass. All over the.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we didn't need to know that.
Lord.
No, because Spanish, bro. Because we're learning, Spanish. So that's why
Yeah,
we call
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
an
Get the
automan.
fuck
It's
outta
like an
here.
automatopoeia, churria. You know what I'm saying?
I just find it funny how the slang is always with a chur or a chor, like it's like that with the C.
It connects us, bro. It's what connects the Dominican Republic to Mexico. We're connected, bro. Like an umbilical cord, bro. Churria, chorro, cha.
So
You know
the
what I'm
only
saying?
way we're gonna get Jules to eat corn like that is Liza's cooking it for him.
I mean, the thing is, you have to wonder what they're putting in the corn because I don't. It's possible that they changed the ingredients that they use to make these products. If you were able to eat something before and all of a sudden you can't eat it, and for me, it was all of a sudden. It's like, yeah, it could be that you're less tolerant to it, or it could be that they changed what they're making it with. You never
There's
know.
a brand called Have a Chip, man. Try that. They're really good, and they're
No.
like organic or natural made. They're not like
Bro,
no bullshit.
I'm telling you, bro, that if you would have felt this pain, dog, you would say, you know what? Fuck chips. Fuck chips. Fuck it.
Julius, I have a question. Which one is the spiciest food in Dominican Republic?
The spiciest? We don't really do spicy food like that, bro. I mean, like, not really. What? Mofongo, mondongo is not spicy. Mofongo is not spicy. Mango is not spicy.
But
Asopao
you
is
guys
not
use a lot of
spicy.
bell peppers. You use bell peppers and
Yeah,
onions.
no,
though?
but that's for flavor. Like, it's not hot.
Yeah, bell peppers are not spicy.
Bell peppers are not spicy. Like, that's really for flavor when we use a bell pepper. Like,
You guys don't. So you guys don't use like tomatillos, chiles, serranos, and all that stuff. You don't use a lot of chiles. huh?
not really.
Oh
Not,
man, blasphemy!
not really. Like, if you
No,
think
it's more.
about
It's more
if you
flavor
think
over there
about
in the
stuff,
Colombia.
if you think about Dominican dishes, think about it. Most of it is for flavor. Paella, asopao, mondongo, mofongo. You don't use,
Arroz con habichuela, coño.
yeah, like there you go. You don't really put hot shit in that. A lot of the stuff we use is for flavor, not for spice. But
I like
it's
mofongo.
it's
So do you
fucked
guys
up.
eat
But
tripe? Do you guys
I could
eat tripe?
still. I could still eat. I'm trying to remember because there's a Mexican spot out here. Me and my wife went. I'm trying to remember if I ate the tacos.
Mondongo means another thing in Mexico.
It means massive penis in Dominican. Mondongo.
Also
Like-
in Mexico, yeah. So
Do
you say,
guys, do you
It
guys
means
eat tripe?
chorizo.
Yeah, it means like if you go out with your girl and she says "Déjame ver ese mondongo," you gotta pull your dick out, bro. Otherwise, it's an insult to her family. Like you have to pull it out. This
Get
is
the
secret.
fuck
That's
out
right.
of here.
Is there a Dominican equivalent to menudo?
What are the ingredients of menudo?
Tripe and hominy.
Ricky Martin also.
Asopao.
Ricky
And
Martin.
like the beef pata of the beef.
I
of the pig,
recommend
of the-
pozole. Pozole is
Yeah,
better.
Pozole, man, that's where it's at. Or
That's
birria.
that shit.
But yeah,
Birria
like
is good too.
I would
Oh.
I would say that you know what, maybe it's just me getting older, but because of how sudden this is, I don't really think it's that. I think they changed the ingredient because you know that they've been doing that. Like McDonald's now doesn't taste like McDonald's 20 years ago, bro. Like a lot
No.
of stuff.
I stopped eating there long ago, though. But yeah, they
I
don't.
can't stop, country. I can't stop. I can't. Like I still eat that shit when I want to cheap out and I don't want to do nothing. I do still get that shit, you know.
Hey,
Jules get some McChickens.
But yeah, man, I'm staying all the way away from fucking corn, bro. That shit felt like getting stabbed, bro.
hey,
That
Jules,
shit was painful.
what happened with Ariel? Why is he beefing with Turkey? Or
Yo no sé, yo vi que like I saw something on Saturday where he was sort of where Ariel was complaining about something, but I didn't pay attention. I didn't think it was important. And then I seen what Turkey posted. I'm like, I don't really know what they beefing about, to be real. Like, I don't know. You know, I
This is
just
the
know
aerial
that
experience. If you have any,
That's Ariel. That's why Dana
with
cut
it.
him out. Ariel's mad that Turkey met with Jake and Nikisa, and Jake didn't tell him, and Turkey didn't tell him. Like he thinks he wants to break shit. Like it's the same reason Dana White said you're a fucking weasel.
I guess, but you know, I like Ariel. In
Yeah.
fairness, I do like Ariel. I do like the stuff he's doing with it day. So you know, I'm not gonna shit on the guy. I actually like his show.
No,
But
but
what
it's
do we
also
think
like,
about-
why did they have to
wait,
tell you
what
to
do we?
meet?
Wait, shut the fuck up, because my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. So you gotta shut the fuck up. What do we think about the no pay-per-view thing, Drew? What do you think about the no pay-per-view after November Turkey LL Sheik move? What do you make of that?
You ask me?
Drew.
Okay, no, I love it. I'm excited for it. I like that he's really trying to. He could listen to the channel. How many times you've been saying for years, damn near a decade? Why is it behind a paywall if you want to reach a larger audience? And
honestly,
also, Jules,
yes.
I think,
When I seen that shit, I ain't even being funny, but I'm like, dog, he must have heard that from me because who else is saying that? No
also,
no
Jules,
other content creator talks about that shit more than I
No.
do, bro. None of them.
and also, I do think Netflix getting in is making the zone realize, like, hey, we don't want all the big fights to get away from us. All the big events.
Well, that if you look at the numbers that Taylor and Serrano just did, somewhere in between 4.6 to 6 million, right? There's your example that yes, there's a global audience for boxing where millions and millions of people will watch, but you can't keep charging them extra. Like it's never gonna work as long as that's the thing. Like, nah, it's not. Now, I don't think that pay-per-view is ever going to really go away, right?
No.
Because there are some fights that, like, yeah, of course that should be a pay-per-view, of course. But this will help to filter out a lot of the bullshit, a lot of the David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade.
Yes, I had another question. Just to add, do you think it's going to accelerate the reset? Like, oh, you want a pay-per-view? I ain't paying for that. We ain't putting up the guarantee. Go get it somewhere else.
I think that I do. I think that honestly, I think that the PBC is already kind of going under. If you look at the state of affairs over there, that fight is not happening on the 16th. I don't know if it's happening, the Roach versus Davis fight, but it definitely ain't happening on the 16th. Like, nah, there's no way. They haven't even announced it yet, and they have what 4.5 weeks to promote it. There's no fucking way that fight happens on the 16th.
Just
And
crazy.
No, it ain't happening at all.
Jules,
and
I've
you're
seen
telling
something where they said they were trying to push it back to
Yo
like
lo vi,
the
yo lo vi también the 27th for the 30th. I saw that,
yeah.
but that's still, you need 8 weeks, 8 proper weeks to promote a show. The Ring Magazine article said that before Gervonta even got arrested, he hadn't trained in 3 weeks. That's what it says.
Oh, I thought it said he had been training for 3 weeks.
No, it said he hadn't been training.
Oh, he hadn't. Oh,
I think it's the money. He's probably like, man, fuck
and
this.
Gervonta is going to take a desperate tactic. I think he's going to fight Ryan Garcia again because no other fight is going to generate money for him.
Yeah, but Ryan's stock is in the toilet, bro.
Plus his
he
hand
lost
is
to
fucked
Rolly.
up, ain't it? His hand's fucked up.
Yeah, his
hand
hands
Wasn't he gonna fight Jake Paul?
Well, no. Look, there's an industry rumor. This is a. I wish I could tell you, right? But because of what's going on, they don't want to fuck with him. Netflix does not want to fuck with him. That's what I was told. That's
Well,
what I was. For the Jake Paul fight, basically because you got another domestic abuse case open, that Jake Paul shit is gone with the wind. It's a wrap for
So
that.
Frank fumbled the bag again.
And now, especially Jules with Jake having all female fighters, like, come on.
Exactly. Domo said
Yeah,
they can keep that rematch in drafts. I mean, the shit is that they said that Gervonta has a rematch clause. I'm like, how you got a rematch clause when nobody lost? Like what kind of rematch clause do you have?
Yeah,
Nobody won and nobody lost.
Yeah, what
since
kind of
when does the winner get a rematch clause on a draw?
That's one of those secret double knot spy rematch clauses.
That's one of those hand job under the table rematch clauses.
I had a question real quick.
Honestly, that sounds like bullshit.
Fellas, do you
They don't-
see how
don't
thick
have
Jennifer Love Hewitt looks? Oh, Maron.
Nah,
Fucking thighs, baby.
No, it's like I'm sorry. Like if anybody's looking at that woman and they're telling themselves that she's not sexy and all that, you just gay, bro. You
Them
just
fucking
gay.
nalgas, Jules. You see them
She
big
can
thighs?
Jennifer Love Hewitt. She can sit on my face anytime.
What did you call it? Party? You called it party of thighs?
No. My Australian man, PC, he said party of thighs, and I thought party thighs. She has party thighs now. It's like it's fucking great. Like I'm sorry, dog. Like, but if you can't appreciate a little bit of fluff, you just gay, bro. Like, yeah, you just gay.
For real.
Real women
I know-
have corpse.
yeah.
Have corpse.
Yeah,
No
I know what
motherfucking
I'm
way
doing
you
to her
gonna
next
tell me
summer.
that you gon' you gonna look at the size of her titties or the size of her ass and you don't like that? Yeah, you want some homo shit. That's just
Yeah.
straight up. You want some homo shit.
Someone said you want a guy shaped, you want a woman shaped like Hank Hill from fucking King of the Hill.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that was
like
me.
from being slutty in my younger years, yo, the fluff is good. Like it's the fluff is actually underrated. Like, yeah, you hug a joint, it's warm, dog. Like it's like fucking a quilt with a warm.
Yeah, and don't you?
Yeah,
And when you give it back shots, don't you want to see waves?
yeah, you can see
Tidal wave.
it's the cosmic waves, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like. That's why I said that. Like,
Fuck yeah, tsunami that shit.
The people
and
that's hating is the ugliest bare-faced bitches and little pee guys. That's who's hating.
yeah, like I can't like one. She still has a really pretty face. Like her face is still really pretty. So it's not like she look old and decrepit.
Yeah,
And two,
she's
she got
beautiful.
curves now. She got curves now. The woman is almost 50 years old. What do you expect? Now that's not even me being nice. Me thinking with my dick. Yeah, she's still fine as shit. The fuck wrong with y'all? She got more ass now, more leg now. What the fuck? Fuck is wrong with them? Shout out to Domo. She thicker than a White Castle milkshake. You know what I mean? So
Did you say White Castle? Yuck.
it's certain shit I'm not gonna understand. Like I know that and I don't even want to put this on them per se, but I do know that Asians tend to lean towards more slender women. You know that they not gonna like the fluff. And some
I bet
like
I beg to differ, Julius, because Indians are also Asians. I tell you this because I was living in India late last year, from November to January, and most Indian women are thick. But what I want to tell you since the beginning is that Indian food is way spicier than Mexican food when you're living there.
eso se sabe, eso se sabe. Yo le encanta sus, but that's their thing, bro. Is spices over there. Allá hiede como mierda.
And it depends the city, because Bangalore and Pune are very clean cities, but Mumbai is not that clean. It's like New York, you know.
No, because there's a lot of and bro, I'm probably gonna go my whole life and never fucking go to India, right? So I wouldn't
But
know. But
it's
there are
a, it's
things
a,
people say.
yeah.
Ellos dicen de que hiede como mierda. Yeah, I'm like, yo, that's
It
crazy.
depends in which place you are, because I lived in Mumbai 3 months and it was a great experience. And I even ate on the street and nothing happened to me. But I think it's because I'm from Mexico City and I have like a resistance to salmonella. And also, bro, I ate some Indian women booty, so that helped me a lot
good.
too.
That's
Wow.
good. That's good for your immune system. Is what probiotics is what that is, bro.
Hey, isn't it true though? Oh, sorry, wait.
Shout out to Jay Flint just to support the channel IQ. By the way, I had a motherfucker tell me that Canelo. Whose mic is that?
I don't know. It's really annoying.
Drew, you know who it is? It's Drew.
I had a motherfucker tell me that.
Ask you.
I had a motherfucker tell me that Canelo is then a threat to Bud than Spence was. Yeah, like man, listen, man, I'm just trying to enjoy that fight. Like I'm not trying to get caught up in the tribalism shit of it, because a lot of people saying a lot of stupid shit. Like the Bud fans are saying a lot of stupid shit, but the Canelo fans are saying a lot of stupid shit too. It's like, yeah, I'm not trying to get caught up in that, dog. Like we'll see what they do when they do it. That's where I'm at. When they
Just
fight,
enjoy the fight for what it's worth.
yeah, like the shit getting stupid, dog.
Well, I was gonna say, Jules, y'all tell me if I'm incorrect or not, but a lot of places where the food is really spicy, the reason why, because historically they make it that way because it kills bacteria. So the culture has normally a more spicy cuisine because they put all those spices to kill bacteria from possible spoiled food, so they can still be able to eat it.
I mean, I'm not, I may have been on the planet for 500 years, but I wasn't in India for 500 years. So why?
I mean,
wait a fucking minute.
Right.
I would imagine that in a place like India, given the population density and stuff that you hear about, I would imagine that might be true for them. But I also imagine that Mexico uses them just because of flavor. I would imagine, like, yeah, I mean, it does make food taste better. That's how we end up with the ingredients that we end up with,
Massive difference too, Jules. In India, they don't cook a lot of the street food like in Mexico. In Mexico, a lot of people cook their shit on the street. They don't just hand you something that's
Yeah,
undercooked or raw.
guy doesn't just wipe his ass and then hand you a fistful of rice in fucking Mexico. You know what I'm
That
saying?
gives that gives better flavor.
The ass sweat, the ass sweat. Yeah.
Man,
The
thank
other
goodness I'm
thing
not
is,
hungry.
When you think about the role of tomatoes in Italy, and I didn't even know this until recently, that not only are tomatoes not native to Italy, it's an import. As much of a staple as that is in Italian cuisine now, in the very beginning, they didn't even have fucking tomatoes, bro.
Oh, you just found that out? Yeah,
I
that's
just,
that's
bro, I just found that out. I'm like,
that
damn, I
we
never
gotta
would
we
have
gotta
known
thank
that.
our Spanish conquistadors that brought it back.
So, a lot of the stuff that ends up in food ends up in it for flavor, really. Like, but I would agree that maybe in the case of India and why they use so many spices, because they're known for spices. They're known for spicy food. Maybe that is why they use that shit for
the
hygiene.
tomatoes story is actually really funny because that vegetable fruit, well, whatever you want to call it, people thought back in the day that it was poisonous. It was venomous fruit. And one motherfucker, I don't remember the name, he went to a public space and said, "I'm gonna eat a whole box of this shit because I know this shit is not poisonous." You know, those motherfuckers say, "This motherfucker is gonna off himself in front of all of us because he's gonna die." And then motherfucker eat everything, and everyone said, "Oh shit, this shit is actually really good." And
Yeah,
then
man.
people started eating.
And it revolutionized, like if you think Italian food, not that it revolves around using tomatoes, but tomatoes are a big part of the ingredients. Look, like, yeah, fucking marinara sauce, all that shit. Like, it's a big part of the ingredients. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Bruschetta.
I was gonna say about the spicy foods. I think there is medical benefits to it. Like I use it to clear my nostrils, man. Like if you have like clogged like nostrils, clear out the mucus. There you go. You gotta eat that shit.
And I'm not sure. I heard like cayenne pepper, for example, is actually antibacterial, antifungal, and it promotes circulation throughout the body. And cayenne pepper, that's some of the hottest shit you could get around here.
Yeah.
And that's why in India and in Mexico you see 100-year-old ladies walking on the street.
Yeah. You're not gonna see that shit around here. Shout out to Papa Foundry. Not even Batman could get that info out of me. So I heard that Superman is a big crock of shit, guys. That shit is getting killed in the international market. Like I heard it's doing okay. It's actually doing less than Man of Steel did in America, but in the international market, oh forget it, un fracaso. It's not surprising, dog. The
You're talking
shit
about
looks
Superman.
stupid. Yeah, bro. I heard they killing that shit, bro.
It's for the claggets that want soft
That's for
Superman.
that's for people that want to have butt sex with Luthor. Like, bro, who the fuck looked at what the fuck
heard-
gotta be wrong with you to look at that dumb looking shit and think that's a good movie?
I haven't seen it, but I seen on Twitter that there's supposedly like a Palestine scene and shit.
Yeah, they politicized. They
shit.
politicized. You can't put. Well, I don't know. Maybe if the movie, I guess it depends on the movie because generally speaking, it's not a good idea to politicize a movie because now you're going to alienate. At minimum, you're going to alienate one half of the audience. What if they don't agree with that political stance?
You know
Well,
what?
but
And
Jules,
that-
in comic books, when do superheroes get involved with low-level political stuff? They go after
No,
big
I
fish.
mean, with Superman, the conflict always was, and they already depicted that perfectly in Man of Steel, that he don't work for no government. I
Yeah.
don't work for the U.S. government. I don't work for no government. I help everybody. I fuck with everybody. Feel me? That was the only governmental conflict that was ever in the comics. But all this other shit, I heard fucking Gunn basically having to go with Israel in the movie. I'm like, here we go.
But that happens.
Hang on.
That
Whoa,
that
I
happens,
gotta
Jules.
push back on that a little bit. He did not go after Israel because that's what stupid people are saying because this was a made-up country, Borvea, that's been in the Superman comics since the very second issue. So everyone's like, oh, they're going after Israel. It's a political statement. No, it's just a random country they made up in Superman lore because James Gunn's
why did they choose to we've seen a lot of Superman movies and you're right that's like Madripoor to the X-Men. It's a made-up place that's been in the comics forever, right? The thing is, Gunn, why did you choose to include that in the film now? Why?
It's topical.
You know Shout out to Papa Foundry. Big Mo should have been Superman. Fuck, I could have been
I,
Superman for
I have
for a
another
bit.
comment on that, Julius. That's because James Gunn want to people to keep the movie on the conversation, to be controversial.
Yeah, but the thing is that Superman being the character that he is, and you don't want to politicize it. You understand? If you wanted to show an expanded Superman universe in a different way than it's ever been done, you could have did that without getting political about the shit. Moreover, you could have did that without being a fucking cornball. Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna go my whole life without seeing that fucking piece of trash. I'm
Hold up,
never watching
Jules.
that movie
Jules,
ever.
I thought of something that would be great though. Like if you had a live, I think this would probably be your most watched live. If we taped your eyelids open and made you watch the Superman
You
and
don't
put and
understand.
streamed
You
it
don't
live.
understand how stubborn I am. That I will find all of y'all and kill all of y'all if you try to make me watch that movie.
No,
But
No,
no,
it's
no,
not.
hang
it's
on.
not true.
The best review I've seen on the whole Superman thing is James Gunn likes to do this thing where you have a scene and there's some interaction, there's some character development, there's some emotional connection. Shame there's some goofy shit happening in the background that's distracting me from everything.
He's not the director. It's like you can't get Quentin Tarantino for a Ridley Scott kind of movie. You know what I mean? It's just different
Mhm.
styles, bro. Gunn's not even bad. I wouldn't say he's bad, but you don't got the style for this, bro. Superman, like you don't like this. Is not your bag. You know?
Can I ask a question?
Good.
Who here from the panel and you, Julius, who actually saw the movie?
I did. I'm not watching that fucking movie.
Okay,
I haven't seen it
what
yet.
about the rest of you guys? Did
Nope.
you watch the movie?
No,
No.
Who watched?
like
Okay, I'm
Shout
not
out
gonna
to
watch the movie because I'm not interested. That's all.
I'm not. I'm not.
I am not.
Look. I can look at the. I'm a movie guy. I fucking love movies. I got a whole bunch of fucking movies. I've been watching movies forever. The point is, I could look at it and see I don't like it. I could look at it like, bro, the costume looked retarded. The shit
let,
looked
let,
dumb.
let me make you a question, Julius. If Jennifer Loves Hewitt tells you you can eat my booty, but you have to watch Superman, what you do?
You're really gonna
tough.
Bro, you're not
No,
thinking
no,
about
you're
it.
really
You
gonna
put him on the spot.
watch the fucking movie and eat some ass. That shit is. You thinking about his game? Do you thinking about his fucking game?
No, you know what? Look, that was
You're
large.
not gonna-
All right. But if by some chance, Alejandro, a cloud opens up and Jennifer Love Hewitt floats down, all right then, maybe,
Naked.
okay, maybe. But other than that, I'm not watching that fucking movie, bro. Like nobody is making me watch that dumb shit.
Jules, what if one day you walk in the house and one of your kids is watching it? Are you running out the room?
Now here's the thing.
No,
Here's the
beating his
thing.
kid's ass.
My daughter is literally just like me, dog. She seen that. She's like, what the hell happened? What is this? This looks She had the same reaction I had. My son, he's more of a Marvel guy, so he's indifferent. Like all his shit is Marvel shit. But my dog, like, yeah, like, dude, this shit looks terrible, dog. Like, yeah, I'm not wasting no money on that. Fantastic Four comes out at the end of the month, and I'm taking him to see that. I ain't spending no money on super trash, super crap.
Yeah,
I can.
now that I think about it, even there were even comments saying that Superman's an immigrant. I was like, man,
Don't know. Dog,
yeah, it's
you're
like, come on,
politicizing
bro.
it, bro. Like
Yeah.
people don't go to the. While some movies, it does make sense to do that, and I think it's very few movies. People don't go to a Superman movie to be reminded of political situations happening. It's a fantasy movie, dog. It's about fantasy. So focus on the fantasy part. You know what I mean?
But Jules, just to push back on what he said though, the one who said that shit was Dean Cain. It wasn't nobody associated with the movie. It was that dude who opened his mouth and brought up that whole fucking topic. So if anybody's gonna get killed, it should be him.
Yeah, but he said it. He said that's what he said that was an aspect of the movie. I don't know if he's wrong. Because I'm not gonna watch.
They
that
did
movie.
prove him wrong. They fucking pulled out the receipts and they proved that he's full of shit because there was a scene in his Superman show where they literally fucking did that. So the guy is a hypocrite.
Maybe, but I'm still not watching that fucking movie.
No, I know, but what I'm saying though is the only one who brought that shit up was that fucking dude. Nobody with the movie ever said anything about that. It was him.
Shout out to Pork Chop. Turkey continues to make boxing great. So it makes pay-per-views like this weekend's pay-per-view that much harder to sell. But irrespective of what Turkey's doing, I feel like the PBC is already going under anyway. I mean, like even if he weren't doing that, look at where they are. You're selling a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. You got Gary-
but the undercard is very good.
It is.
Still.
No, wait.
I wouldn't go that far.
Let me say this. Wait, no, shut the fuck up. The thing is, while I like the undercard by today's standards, if you go on the premise of what makes a pay-per-view worthy, I'm sorry, Zood is not a big draw in America, and neither is Sebastian Fundora. Isaac Cruz is not a big draw in America, and neither is Angel Fierro. I like the undercard. Like, I like it. I'm looking forward to it. But realistically, if you don't have a big following, you should not be on pay-per-view, period. The pay-per-view has to be able to pay for itself. And if it can't, that tells the story.
It should be free.
No, before you continue, I have a question. Is that fight on pay-per-view on your country?
Yes.
Is that fight on pay-per-view?
Yeah,
It's
bro.
$80 on
What do you think,
Amazon.
bro? Man, that's a pay-per-view, bro.
Shit.
Every chance they get is a pay-per-view.
That's what I'm saying. That
Why are you asking?
I forgot for a moment that was a pay-per-view fight. I mean, a
you
PBC
think they were
fight.
gonna give away Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah,
These
you're right.
motherfuckers?
Correct.
They're not gonna give like that. But it also shows that they're desperate because look, God bless Manny and his legacy, toda la bulla, todo lo peo, and all good, right? But he's 46, dog. He hasn't fought in 4 years. What do you actually think he's gonna sell?
And he looked like shit on his last fight.
Alejandro, stop yelling. When he fought Ugas, that didn't sell a bunch of pay-per-views. That did like I think 2 and change, something like that. It didn't sell a lot of pay-per-views. So what do you think he's gonna do now, 4 years later?
He sells 300 against Barrios.
You think so? Like honestly,
Yeah,
what do you
maybe.
think, what do you think it's gonna do? Because he
Not
didn't
just
do
300.
a lot with Ugas, bro. That if they
Well, to be-
loved
to be
him
fair
and
to the
fucked with
Ugas
him like
thing.
that,
But then again, we go back to your theory, Jules. Nobody gives a fuck about Cuban fighters.
no, they may not give a fuck about Ugas, but apparently they didn't give a fuck about Manny neither, bro. Like,
Also, was
fuck
the
that
disappointment of coming off of the Spence fight. Like, oh, we were getting Manny and Spence. Now fucking Ugas. Fuck this shit.
shit.
There's just
guess.
this assumption that Manny was gonna run through him.
The co-main is fire.
No, look, like I said, for the hardcore boxing fans, we can look at that co-main and appreciate it. I actually think it's a good undercard, but in the realm of pay-per-views and why should something be a pay-per-view, honestly, it doesn't tick off on any boxes. Zoo versus Fundora, I want that rematch. I wanted that rematch. But you can't look at Zoo and say, well, yeah, he's got a bunch of fans in America. No, he doesn't. Sebastian Fundora don't have a bunch of fans in America. So these kind of fighters, honestly, y'all belong on regular shows. A lot of y'all belong on regular shows. That's why what Netflix is doing, hopefully Netflix does become a major player in the sport of boxing because that's what boxing needs. You need boxers on a regular schedule on a big platform. See, on Netflix, you do anything on Netflix, millions of people are going to see that shit. Millions upon millions of people are going to see that shit. It's like a terrestrial network. Whereas guys like Sebastian and Tim, y'all can't be behind a paywall because ain't nobody trying to pay that.
Yep.
Like, can't pay that.
Look,
Do you think?
When I think about this Netflix shit, if Netflix goes even middling towards boxing, it's gonna be a model similar to music record model, because you're gonna have to pay these guys. You're gonna have to overpay still to even make those fights, because that's the reason why Pacquiao versus Barrios is on pay-per-view, to pay Barrios and Pacquiao, because without that the fight doesn't happen. And with Netflix, it's gonna be-
Posiblemente, pero Netflix tiene el dinero. That's the thing that
Yeah,
while
and
it
that's
is
and
true,
that's
it is inflation, Leo. But at the same time, they're one of the few people that can overpay. Like, yeah, we got the money. We got plenty of money to pay for some shit. You know?
and that's what I'm saying. That look, you're gonna. I don't think no company wants to lose money indefinitely because you have the money. No, but you are doing that shit in the hopes that you can make one fight or two fights, or maybe have one household name that can compensate that investment. If
The
you go
breakdown,
immediately into
Leo, the breakdown is different, and the breakdown is different because they have a bigger megaphone than everybody, right? So when we're talking about regular fights on a regular schedule as part of a subscription, the way that they would make the money back is from the ad revenue, the way a terrestrial network would. Like, I'm gonna see that you're doing the Keith Thurman versus un mamagüevo, ¿verdad? Just because
Kid
it's on
Kid
regular.
Turman versus Adrian Bronner.
Ponlo
Which should have
así.
done.
If believe it or not, though, if you did that on Netflix, millions of people would watch it. They would, because millions of people have Netflix. They're basically a terrestrial network. So when you have that size megaphone, you can always make the money back in ad revenue that you show during the programming. That's the whole point of getting in live sport. That millions of people are going to be tuned in at this time of day. So this is ideal for product placement, and the ad block becomes valuable. So on that premise, they can afford to overpay, and they would get it. They probably would get it back without pay-per-view. Without that, now it depends on the fight, and it depends on the fighter, right? Because a lot of these overpriced guys, anyway, they're going away. A lot of them. When you think about the Keith Thurmans, the Adrian Broners, these hapless fighters, a lot of those guys are being filtered out anyway, just because they're getting old. But for the newer boxers that are coming in, like if you think about TKO, that would be Netflix would be an ideal place for TKO. Ideal. You want to watch some boxing? There's some fucking boxing. Doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, and the boxers don't cost them an arm and a leg. That's the ideal place for that. And I think they could do well with that shit. I do. Because everybody has Netflix, bro. Over 300 million people have Netflix. That's a lot.
That's huge.
You know? So yeah, man. We got Pacquiao Barrios. Let's just go over it one more time for the people who didn't catch it. Who's got Pacquiao? Who's got Barrios?
The thing is that Pacquiao looked like shit on his last fight.
He did. Con el japonés.
Yes,
Hey,
but Barrios looks like shit in all of his fights, so I've got old man Pacquiao.
Pacquiao.
I had a question, bro. Do you think
got Pacquiao.
we're on our way to the Zone versus Netflix?
Possibly. It depends on the scale of Netflix's investment, because when you think about the catalog that DAZN has versus Netflix is only really doing big fights, big ones, right? Well, you really can't compete with a regular schedule that Netflix is not the go-to for a boxing fan just because you do one or two big fights every so often. Most of your boxing is likely going to come from DAZN. Most of it.
Like you got the Riyadh season cards, the ring cards, they're all free. But if you look at Netflix, they did that whack motherfucker Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson did huge numbers.
It was big. But
Plus, plus you got Canelo coming up with Bud.
unless the only way Netflix becomes a factor, the way that you're suggesting, is if they start working with a promoter on a regular schedule. Not just we'll do Jake Paul versus Jose or Jake Paul versus fucking Luis Miguel. We're not just doing huge fights until they're working with a promoter for a regular schedule. That is a non-factor. Now, I don't rule that out, though. Undefeated. I don't rule that they might.
Who's undefeated?
No. You're undefeated.
No, that's not my name, sir.
Dick's in my ass.
Okay.
Right. But
Oh,
until they get to a point where they're working closely with a promoter and they're doing a regular schedule of fights week to week, month to month, I wouldn't worry about that. But like I said, I wouldn't rule it out either. I wouldn't rule it out. Yeah.
Let's
So
go,
Doctor just
Barrios.
stepped in the
Let's
code.
This
go.
is so fucking racist. Every young Mexican guy with a Mexican accent is undefeated from now on.
Undefeated, bro. Undefeated, yeah.
I'm the Mexican guy with the Mexican accent.
Yeah, undefeated.
Undefeated.
He's the fucking Chilango, baby. That's a real Chilango right there, not Isaac Cruz.
Yo soy chilango, Y guarden sus celulares.
What was I going?
No, pero de verdad, until now that's the danger. That's the danger for DAZN in the sense that if Netflix does try to do boxing like you're doing boxing, you may not be able to compete. Their megaphone is many times bigger than yours, but that would also be contingent upon, well, who are they going to work with? If Queensbury
Exactly.
and Matchroom and Golden Boy and all these smaller promoters are on DAZN, okay, Netflix, who's going to be on Netflix? You would have to get you would have to get you would have to get Top Rank, you would have to get PBC, you would have to get Boxer. You would have to get a lot of shit to be able to compete with DAZN. And I don't see that. Like, yeah.
So what if a long-term play is, Jules? Like I've read what Blavatnik says. What if they want Netflix to absorb them and buy them and turn a profit?
I mean, that's really not a bad thing.
If
That's not a bad
Netflix really
thing.
wants sports and they get all the rights and the infrastructure that DAZN has abroad.
If you get the DAZN package, like somebody comes to your house, they pull on your dick 3 times, and DAZN pops up on your Netflix account, that could work. That could work.
I mean, they already have a new X account called Netflix Sports, so that pretty much says that they're expanding.
That they're expanding into sports is one thing, but how much they're expanding into boxing is another. You know, like can we expect to see a regular schedule of fights from Netflix? Because doing 1 or 2 big shows is not the same thing that, you know, DAZN is doing. Like they're all in for their boxing, whereas you've done 1 or 2 very big shows, but that's just the big shows. That's not all the time. So we'll see how often they do the shit.
Well,
you know,
if they really buckle down into boxing, though, they can give DAZN a run for their money, man.
Bro, they can absorb this.
Absolutely.
Well, like I said, it depends on who works with them. See, you could get Top Rank over there, right? Let's just say, best case scenario, Netflix ends up picking up Top Rank. Good for Top Rank. Big platform, lots of exposure. But can you say that Top Rank by itself is going to be able to compete with everything DAZN has?
No.
Can they?
No.
It's gonna have to be Golden Boy too.
You would need more than one promoter, and then you would need the actual fights, like the actual, like, okay, Top Rank, what's the best fight that you can make? Golden Boy, what is the best fight that you can make? Boxer, what's the best fight that you can make? It's a lot of little moving parts in there to where, well, it's not just enough that you're working with a promoter. Now we got to see what you got. What are you going to sell? You know, while we build up the next generation of stars. So it's not cut and dry. You know, it's not cut and dry.
Best fight you can do is Tank versus Lamont. Oh wait.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna go fucking take a shit because I got fucking mud butt. Leo, take it away.
Mud butt. Oh my god.
What is that?
I don't want to know.
No, forget it. I don't want to.
I don't want to know.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
It's pretty obvious what it means.
Leo, it's chorro.
No, thank you. Thank you, Drew.
Hey, so what do you think about Berlanga and his wife crying? Hey, what do you guys think about Berlanga and his wife crying about Hamza Shiraz cheating?
It's
They're
great.
full of
It's fucking
shit.
fantastic. I love it.
I
Keep
laughed
it
so
going.
hard when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, no.
The fact that we've gotten to the point where people really think that someone has to cheat to be Edgar Berlanga is just fucking comical.
I
It
started calling him Deontay Berlanga after that.
Edgar Wilder?
Edgar Wilder.
Honestly, for me, looking out from the outside, looking in, watching an American make up a conspiracy why they got their most devastating L is actually hilarious. I'm not talking
Well,
just about boxing.
well, to be fair, look, I did hear, Steve Kim comparing, Hamza Shiraz to Antonio Margarito. So there is some suspicions there. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know,
if you're
the thing that's like, oh shit, Edgar, you're a free agent. Eddie does not like you. Oscar does not like you. Who you work with next?
Bro, he knows that he's fucked because that statement he put out, he literally said, I'm not retiring, but he knows that he's going to have to work his way back up to get to a big fight again. So
He's
he
gonna have
knows
to.
he's fucked.
He's gonna
He's
end
gonna have
up
to
on
suck
like
some
Pro
dick.
Box or something, but they might
Yeah,
take him.
Pro box.
yeah, I
Jesus.
mean,
that's what he's going to have to do. No,
the
for real.
only,
He's going to have
I
to
mean,
do that.
look,
If he ends up on
I
Pro
could
Box,
see
I'm
him.
squaring Pro Box off. Like, nah,
Pro
you can't do
Box
that to me.
might be too high of an outfit for him, though.
Damn.
For real.
I mean, yeah, because like he loses to every fighter at world level, supposedly.
Because
And
if
the only big fight that I see him getting involved with, and that's Tequila Plant fight, which is
yep,
a loser leave town fight. So that's the only thing you got left, man. I don't know if Munguia is gonna go and fight you. I don't even know if any of these contenders are even interested in you because like, yo, you're not really that guy.
not to mention it would have to be under PBC, and they're broke.
Yeah,
Jonathan Lambrena seems to think that Lambrena thinks he'll go to MVP. Do you think that's possible?
No.
to fight who?
Mm.
Nah, because what are his demands going to be as far as the fights and the money? Like something
Yeah,
tells me he would demand like crazy money from fucking Jake Paul to sign with them.
He has an ego after that ass
no,
whooping.
no, but
He
I
deserves this.
think you're
Apparently,
you
he still
are
does country.
no,
Oh
but I think
man.
you're looking this thing wrongly because you're thinking about Edgar Berlanga like a legit competitor, that someone was revealed to look out for a boxing world title or something like that. What I see from Edgar Berlanga is just a guy that wants to make money, and from that point of view, there is a lot of venues that you can make money with boxing.
Yeah,
Take
but
up, for
but
example, Jake Paul. Jake Paul is making a lot of money boxing without looking necessarily for a world title, and I think MVP is the best option for him because
yeah,
yeah, he
Leo,
can sell
but
out.
this is the only difference though. The anomaly is not the rule in boxing. Jake Paul is the anomaly in boxing. He's the only motherfucker that's getting away with that. Edgar Berlanga actually has to win some fights before he gets another big fight because you can't give him another big fight after he just got knocked the fuck out and embarrassed. Like he's not going to get a big fight. So in order for him to get a big fight, he's got to win a few fights in a row
Yeah,
and actually beat some halfway decent comp
they gotta start
because you can't
doing
sell him if you do that.
No,
they gotta
I
start
totally
doing Uber
disagree.
drivers again.
No, I totally disagree with the statement that he has to win against Carl Decent guy because this motherfucker lost to Canelo and he beat like a legit guy that was coming up from the pen, and that made him fight with Hamza Shiraz.
Okay, Leo, but let's be realistic here though. The Canelo loss was his first loss. He just lost again to Shiraz. That's two. How many losses do you expect him to be able to absorb that people will keep giving him big fights? Boxing is not MMA where you can have 8, 9 losses and still keep getting big fights. You actually have to win some fucking fights in order to get the bigger names to
Yeah.
say, okay, I'll take you
Mira,
on now.
depende, Ignacio, depende, porque it's really contingent on the audience's interest. Now, that would never work for an American fighter, and I talked about it in the last 2 videos I did. The reason that doesn't work for American fighters, that you can't have you get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 losses, and people are still going to fuck with you, is because they hype them up too much. But Derek Chisora in the UK is an example of how a foreign fighter, a Brit, can do that. A Mexican, I think, can do that, but not an American. No,
You know,
Y'all say shit like, well, he's Sugar Ray Robinson, Leonard. He's the best thing ever. So that when he gets his ass kicked, you feel fucking embarrassed. Now you can't say that shit no
Yeah,
more.
Jules, the only guy in the last 30 years that kind of got away with that as an American, but only because he had a lot of fight of the years, was Arturo Gatti. He's
Yeah,
the
So
only
without
so
fucking dude
so
who got away with it.
son lo tiempo antiguo. If you talking about Gaddy,
Long
like
time.
shit.
Gabe
Yeah, that's what I
Rosado.
mean.
Oh,
He's the
Dude,
only American that got away with it.
right,
But él no
right.
fue, wasn't he Italian?
Well, he was born in Canada though,
And
and
the
then
other
he
thing,
became an American citizen.
and the other thing that Gaddy was a draw. Everybody knows Gaddy was a draw. Nobody had illusions about Gaddy. I didn't. I knew that he was a fun guy to watch that was going to get his ass kicked. That he's
Well,
going to be. Nobody ever thought of Gaddy as being pound for pound. Pero que cuando tú ves like Devin Haney, for example, right?
Mm.
That's why everybody gave him shit for a year. Because you're the dream. You're the Mayweather. You're sucking all the dicks. So that you could get beat up by Ryan. And they do that with every American fighter. Nestor just said that. Nestor Gibbs on the Boxing Voice just said that. Oh, Artur Beterbiev is a cherry pick for David Benavidez. Now listen, don't say that. And he goes in there with Yard and gets his ass kicked. That's the shit I'm talking about. Don't say that. And then he can't knock out Yard like Kovalev knocked out Yard, like Beterbiev knocked out Yard. Don't say. And this is the problem that American fighters have. So. Here in America, you're right that you can't keep losing and be a big draw. It didn't work like that. Not in America, maybe somewhere else, but not here. You keep losing.
yeah,
Motherfuckers
that's
gonna
what
be
I was
embarrassed.
saying. Like he's got to win some fights before he'd ever get another big fight. He's not going to get another big fight after that ass kicking he just took.
Dude,
You talking about
he ain't even
Edgar?
Yeah,
yeah,
he ain't
because
even
we're
good.
saying
The level he's at. He's on like Josue Vargas level. He ain't even good enough to be a gatekeeper.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
like
because
his.
we're
To me,
we're
his career was finished before he fought Hamza, bro. Like, who
Bro,
was
I've
he
said it
gonna
once,
beat?
I've said it twice, I'll keep saying it. He got outboxed by Steve fucking Rolls. What are we doing
Liter-
here?
Literally, bro. Like it's not like Hamza. Oh, Hamza fucked it all up. Edgar was gonna. He was gonna take over. No,
Yeah.
no.
he was one fight away from fighting for all the belts.
Right? Like now, like that dude'
I,
career was already over, bro. Like
I think
fucking
what
McCrory and
we're
shit.
watching now in Edgar Berlanga is super middleweight version of Rolling Romero. He's gonna
Yes.
stumble into another
No, I think
high
what we're
profile.
watching
Well,
is
they can
the
actually win some
welterweight
fights.
version of Ryan, because Ryan lost already twice. Only difference is he has a promoter and Edgar doesn't.
No,
yeah,
but
but but because Ryan is a homosexual, and well, he's not, but his fans are.
It's
Even
raining, man.
even Ryan is in a stronger position right now than Edgar. Edgar is like, bro, that dude is retarded, bro. Like you was never that big a draw, bro. You at your very best, you're a Hulu theater fighter. At your very best. Now, come on, they seen how that Pakistani dude whooped your ass. They not gonna believe nothing about you, dog. Unless you go out there and turn into fucking Optimus Prime, they not gonna be behind you, dog. Like it is
honestly,
over.
when I see Edgar Berlanga, you know what I see? I see Jake Paul opponent.
Damn.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I could see that.
He doesn't beat nobody, Ignacio. He doesn't
No,
beat
yeah.
Lester. He don't beat
Including Jake
Lester
Paul.
Martinez, Mobili, Melakuziev.
But and I think he knows it. That,
Yo, I
He
just-
said he don't beat Jake Paul.
probably not.
no,
Probably not.
look, I think he knows it because who did he fought? Hamza Shiraz did he won anything besides beating this Amo Williams?
Emma Williams.
That's his biggest win, and he was coming up in weight. That's all that. You see what I mean? These guys know he doesn't beat anyone. He knows
He
it.
doesn't beat nobody.
That's why he fought a middleweight coming up.
Yeah, because he
So,
saw
yeah,
what
no-
people were saying about the Adames fight. That like you could see what he was thinking. That this guy lost to Adames, or he should have lost to Adames. So he'll be easy work for me. But take away Shiraz. Who the fuck was Edgar gonna beat at super middleweight anyway? Even with Jaime going through what he went through with Sriracha, bro. You know that I still would have picked Jaime to beat Edgar. Edgar's trash, bro. Like he's Trash.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a good fighter.
And this goes back to your thing with overhyping fighters and how some fighters get overhyped so much it ends up overhyping fighters that have nothing to do with that shit. Like, for
Yeah.
example, Isaac Cruz and Giovanni Cabrera. He couldn't knock him out, had that long fight that he maybe should have lost. Zepeda takes care of him in 3 rounds. Oh, Zepeda hits so hard. 2 fights with Tevin Farmer later. I don't know, fam.
I mean, like I don't think Zepeda's pillow-fisted, right? I don't think that. I think his power is average for lightweight. But you got to give Shakur credit that if he didn't damage Shakur, that's a credit to Shakur's defense. That's a credit. It's not because Shakur was rolling a lot of that, catching a lot of that. He's hitting elbows, he's hitting arms. So you got to give him credit for that. But I don't think Zepeda's pillow-fisted. I don't think that. Because if he were, he wouldn't have knocked out Cabrera. If he were, though, he would have knocked him out in 3 rounds. It didn't take long. 1 good body shot. Guy went down. I don't think he's pillow-fisted.
Yeah, he's not pillow-fisted. Is it the fact that because he's a volume puncher that leads to accumulative damage? You know what I mean? Like he's not a power hitter. He doesn't have one-handed quitter. Don't get it fucked up. But it's just that when you get hit a lot, it adds, to the face.
Yeah. Now I wonder who Turkey's gonna get for him, because they saying that Turkey already wants to do his next fight. So I wonder who's he gonna get. Like I could go for fucking Zepeda versus Muratalla. I don't know if he's gonna do it.
Do you think he's gonna? Do you think he's gonna make him fight in another title fight just after losing to Shakur?
Posiblemente. No, porque posiblemente, porque if anybody has the money to make shit like that happen, it's fucking Turkey, bro. And who else is out there that would make sense with Zepeda and makes for a good fight? Who?
Cruz.
It wouldn't be the first time we saw a guy coming off the loss getting a title shot.
Yeah. I mean, fucking
I don't think
Sebastian
the fight
Figueroa
happens
got one with
right
Tim
now.
Tszyu.
I don't think the fights happen right now because even if I don't like Oscar is a halfway decent promoter, and he knows that. Look, you're not gonna go from fucking. I don't think you got your ass kicked by Shakur, but you lost and you took a lot of punches. I don't think you go from that to just fighting Muratalla, because Muratalla maybe it's not all that.
Who wins that fight,
But-
Leo? Who would you pick to win that fight?
I think Cepeda wins, but you have to give him an opportunity, and that the victory is assured.
Who does anybody on the panel have Muratalla winning that fight if that were the next fight?
I do.
You think he would beat Zepeda?
Yep, I think he hits too hard, and I think he takes too good a shot.
Who do you guys think Zepeda can beat at 135? Does he beat Floyd Schofield?
Right now, yeah.
You think he beats him? You'd pick him to beat
Right
him?
now, I think he could, because Shakur is a lot more seasoned than Floyd. Floyd's not on that level. I think Zepeda could beat him right now. If the fight took place in a few years, then that'd be a different story.
I think that's a toss-up fight.
Same.
I don't know. Like, I don't know that Floyd Schofield could handle that much activity coming at him. Who did he fight that would put him under that? Who has he fought that had him under that kind of pressure? That's a lot of pressure, dog.
Jules, the guy before he fought Farmer fucked him up, and he fought.
It's cool. Yo, it's cool that you knocked out Tevin Farmer, but Tevin was coming off of like 3 losses, man. And he had 8 overall. He had 8, but 3 of them shits was right before he fought you. So I don't know, dog. Like, I don't really know what Floyd Schofield is. I see that he's strong. I do think he's strong. His defense is shit, but offensively, don't let him hit you. Don't let him hit you. But I don't know that you would beat. I don't know that he would beat Zepeda. At least not next.
Yeah, not right now.
I don't know that he would beat him.
Yeah, I don't know what it is really about all of that, but I know what he is for sure, and he's a doctor. Because you dog Shakur Sims.
Oh God, he ducked Abdullah Mason, bro. He ducked Ashton Silva, bro.
That's crazy. That's actually insane.
Before
Jules,
he
so quick
before
question.
he ducked Shakur, he ducked the dude that Lucas Body knocked out, bro. Like you've been ducking.
Abdullah Mason, I
motherfuckers,
think
bro.
he is still wet under the ears.
He
You
ducked
cannot
him
dog
though.
that fucking guy if you're
Y
telling
eso
that
no,
you're all
eso no es
that.
chisme. Eso no es chisme. It came from Floyd Sr. that they offered them $2 million to fight Abdullah Mason.
But ain't he Tank's mandatory?
Pero you think the WBA is gonna order that shit, bro?
I don't.
Shit,
Bro,
no.
Nope.
the
No,
WBA is
fuck
away
that
from this.
shit, bro. Lo que ellos van a hacer para sacarle los cuartos a este tipo, they're gonna give him a WBA Reggie. We're getting money off Javante whenever he does fight, and we're getting money off you because we're gonna give you a WBA Happy Meal belt. They're not gonna order that fucking fight, bro.
Fucking WBA. I still can't believe they took back that Jake Paul shit. Like, wow.
The main reason they took it back is because Jake Paul's not fucking stupid, bro. He's not fucking fighting Zerto. For you out of your fucking mind, dog. He's not fucking stupid, bro.
Talking all that shit.
But then he did try to.
I don't really know if he really wants to fight Badu Jack.
Bueno, es que that's his best bet. Tipo tiene 42 años, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a report going around that he tried to offer Don King's guy step aside money to let him get the shot at Jack.
Yeah. I mean, so
Or
does he
maybe
beat Jack? Does he beat Jack?
Not unless Jack gets old. There's no way he beats him. Outside
Not
of that, he
unless
doesn't beat him.
Possibly get
Not
old
unless
enough to get
there's
beaten
a
by Jake Paul.
sandwich. If there's a sandwich and a bag of peanuts in the brown paper bag with the money in it, then maybe he beats Batu Jack. There's a sandwich in there? Yeah, he'll beat.
Not unless Jake Paul's manager comes from behind and hits fucking Badu Jack in the knee while he's walking to the ring.
At this point,
outside of that, he ain't gonna
at
beat him.
this point, Zerto acaba con Badu Jack. Jayo Pataya acaba con Badu Jack. They both beat him. They both beat, especially at this point. So if you're Badu Jack, do you get more money fighting them or selling your belt to Jake? You know?
I think even
honestly,
Zurdo might sell his belt, bro.
No,
that's
Bro, no, wait. Have
You
you not?
can't say
Did you
that,
not?
man.
Did you not see this motherfucker, bro? And he came in the ring with titties. He's what, 34?
Yeah, but he fought his ass off, bro. Like I know he not body beautiful. He never
I
was,
know.
but you can but you could see that the dude is working on his boxing. It's not like he going in there looking like whatever. He fought his ass off.
Yeah,
and he
but
been fighting his ass off.
But didn't the last fight before that, didn't he come in like 18 pounds overweight or some shit like that?
because he was
No,
fighting
eso fue
Mike Tyson.
Manín, eso fue hace como 3 peleas.
Yeah,
You talking about Zerto? You talking about
Yeah.
when he came in over for Gabe
Oh,
Rosado?
you're talking about Zerto.
But I'm saying
3
he's
fights ago, bro.
okay. I'm saying he's like 34, bro. He looks like he looks like
Give
he's not
Zerto
in
some
it.
credit, bro. He was had a long
Shit.
night
What
with
the
Scrappy.
fuck? Ah!
Drew, fix the mic, brother.
Yeah,
You sound like
that's the sound of a that's the
Can't
sound
hear
of
me?
a nuke going
But
on.
now.
Ah!
so good.
Let's go through with the fucked up. Man.
Decepticons.
There goes Drew with the fucked up mic.
There goes Drew with the fucked up mic.
You know what I'm saying?
And
But-
somewhere out there, Chris is sitting there going, "Well, at least it ain't me this time."
To your point, Dixon my ass. To your
Yeah.
point,
Yes.
if it were really,
What?
if it were really about Zerto being willing to sell his belt, Jake wouldn't be coming up with excuses not to fight him. Didn't you see what they were saying right after the fight? He wasn't really entertaining. He wasn't really trying to sell himself. That's the shit that's the excuse they made to not fight Zerto. So it's like, if it were about Zerto selling his belt, they wouldn't be finding reasons to not fight him. Like, they know better. Like, and I don't even knock them, by the way, because if you fighting for a belt at 13-1 or whatever it is, that's actually not half bad. Even if it is a Badu Jack, that's actually not half bad.
How's my mic now?
Sounds better.
No, but isn't the selling point Jake fighting Zerto, him actually fighting the champion? Fuck whoever. It doesn't matter who it is.
No, it doesn't have to be Zerto. It could be Badu Jack. Yo, fucking Jake could go fight for a Bridgerweight title, bro. Honestly, like, what's stopping him?
Yeah.
He could go fight for a bridgerweight title. There ain't nobody
But
up
no
there.
no one knows what the Bridgerweight title is.
But you see the point that the talent pool in Bridgerweight is so fucking shallow that Jake could go up there and win a fucking belt, bro. Come on.
Nah.
Yeah.
I love that the whole point of Bridgerweight was supposed to be the bridge point between cruiserweight and heavyweight, and no one's fucking there.
Nobody wants to cross that fucking bridge because there ain't no fucking money, bro.
No, but Julius, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I don't think neither Zurdo or Badu Jack they're gonna sell their belts to Jake Paul because Jake Paul doesn't win none of those fights. If Jake Paul fights Badu Jack, he loses.
If Badu Jack is really fighting, yes, but I'm wondering, Jack is 42, bro. The only other fights out there for you, there's money. There is. But you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Okay. Let me ask you something because you were very passionate about a fucking movie that you didn't like. You spent a lot of time talking about a movie that you don't like and you're not gonna watch. And you're telling me that fucking Badu Jack, a world champion, is gonna sell your belt because of a little bit of money? Nah, I don't think so.
The thing
I
is,
think he feels more passionate about that fucking about that fucking belt.
Manin, you really think Badu Jack came back and fought for a belt for the glory of a fucking belt? No, it's to parlay it into more money. Look, the dude is 42, Leo.
Yeah.
The whole point of having that belt is I could turn this belt into another payday. But think about it. You 42. You really gonna let crazy Agile Pataya punch you up? Really? You trying to do that?
No, I don't think he's going near Jai. I think he's gonna fight. If Jake Paul is gonna fight for a belt, it's gonna be Badu Jack. But I wrestle with the idea that Badu Jack will sell that belt.
You have to accept that the Sugar Jake era is here, and you can't stop him. Okay. Shout out to Virtuoso. WBA stands for waiting for better before action. Yeah, yo.
But this is the thing. If Jake Paul takes that fight, then I don't want to hear nothing about Jake Paul not being a boxer, because that's for me that will be the proof that you really believe your fucking hype. But I have to respect you for that because you're not winning that fucking fight. No, because
if it's a real fight, now
it's gonna be a real fight.
If it's a real fight, but I don't. Look at the history of boxing, Leo. You can't think it's outside the realm of possibility that someone would sell their belt. Because if it's not to get more money, right? What is it for, Jack? So you could let Jai put you in the hospital, or so you could let Zurdo put you in the hospital? What is it for?
Honestly, look, this is the thing. From the moment that Jake Paul started his boxing career, so his quote-unquote boxing career, there have been rumors, but this right now is starting to sound more like hope. Like Jake Paul you cannot win a fucking fight because every fucking fight has to be rich. Like, where's the proof? I only hear rumors. Yeah,
look, I'm not speaking in absolutes, but I am entertaining the possibility that for the right price, an aging fighter would throw a fucking fight. This is boxing, Leo. What the fuck? People don't throw fights?
You mean like Ben Askren and all the retired MMA fighters?
Maybe those guys didn't throw fights because they didn't box. Maybe those fights weren't rigged. Maybe those weren't. But if you're telling me un tipo que tiene 42 años, what? So you got this belt because you really want Jai to put you in a coma. That's the end game. I want Jai to fuck me up. Or worse, I'm delusional. I think I can beat Jai. None of it makes sense. What makes sense is, look, for a 42-year-old fighter who's a world champion, the real value in that belt is auctioning it off to someone. It is. And if Jake is willing to pay you, and I think they would be willing to pay well at that, just for the optics. Jake did it! He goes to the WWE, it's fucking over. You know?
No, I think you were not gonna come into a common ground in this one.
I don't rule out
that
they would fix the fight, Leo. I don't. Huh? I don't rule out that they would fix the fight. I don't.
Yeah, if that was my opinion, I will not watch boxing
The
because
thing is
every
that,
fight,
yeah, but
every
Leo,
fight could
fights
be
do
fixed.
get fixed. It's not like it doesn't happen. Fights get fixed. It's a history of that shit. The question is which ones, but it's not a secret that there's match fixing and fight fixing in fucking boxing. So when I see an old ass man like, yo, you hanging on by a thread, Badu Jack, yeah, I don't rule it out that you would sell him your belt. I don't rule that out. But the opposing side of the coin, Badu Jack at 42, I'm gonna beat him. And when I beat him, that enhances my profile. I'm gonna beat him. That's another way to look at it. But to me, what's likelier than not is look, you got young guys out here, you got young killers out here. You're not getting younger, Jack. Zerto will beat you. He will. Jai will do more than beat you. So what we doing? You don't win them fights, bro. You barely beat Michaelian. Now you gotta fight him again. Come on. I don't rule out that they would fix a fight. I don't.
Yo, I don't know why, but it just hit me. Did you say that Ness said that Better Beef is a cherry pick for Benavides?
Yeah, bro. I did a whole video on that
Ah,
shit.
no
He was dead ass, bro. He said he's a cherry pick.
Oh my god.
He said he
Fucking
get no
Americans.
bro. He literally said, "Yo, he fought Bivol 2 times, didn't knock him down once." I'm not playing. He literally
Dude,
said that.
sometimes it amazes me that guy has a channel with some of the shit he
Literally.
says sometimes. I mean, and this is because he's cool on his channel. He makes good points, but sometimes the shit he pulls out of his ass is fucking retarded. I can't even deal with it, dude. It is fucking retarded.
It's not me giving him a pass. I'm not giving him a pass per se, so much as he's a hustler. That's not real content. That is not a real boxing tape. Él está haciendo what Skip Bayless does. You know?
Oh, so you think it's hot take city over there?
Eso. Nesta's not a fucking casual, bro. That dude knows boxing like he does. It's just he has his biases and his tribalism and whatever. But that dude is not dumb. He doesn't really believe that Artur is a cherry pick. It's just you gonna say that to hype up the American, and to start conversation, to get everybody fighting in the comments section. Oh, look what Nesta said. That dude is not dumb, dog. Like, you can't really believe that, dog. And then the examples you gave, you gotta be joking. Oh, because Artur didn't knock out or knock down Dimitri. David didn't knock out or knock down Caleb Plant. Or David Morrell. Or Vosdick.
Exactly. Ness knows what he's doing, but that's why he also says, I want to grow, but your modus operandi limits it.
Yep.
His core audience is what limits it, honestly. That if the
That
focus
too.
is the American pothead, which it is, yeah, I mean it's only gonna get so far. And I'm not a big channel, so I'm not talking shit. But I'm saying that if the focus is on the American pothead that steals boxing, it won't grow. Now, if you look at guys like Adeo Ladipo, Hatman Boxing, these are guys who really grew their following. They grew they got big followings, you know what I mean? But if the focus is just, hey, stop making fucking noise. If the focus is the pothead American who likes Javante, you won't get anywhere with you won't. You won't.
Yeah.
You won't.
And I'm noticing even more, Jules, like the foreign scene, they don't do none of the rah-rah shit, really.
Because that shit has
At press
always been sucky
conferences,
shit.
on interviews, none. They don't need to talk shit.
Because that's
Okay,
always
but
been sucky
there's
shit.
for me, there's a difference between, for example, the mythical Dillian White versus Derek Chisora. Those guys were like, they were trying to terrorize each other, was taking all that, but that shit is legit because Derek and Dillian White, they're out of the fucking minds. They're legit crazy, both of them. Those other guys, they're just retarded. That's but then
Dillian and Derek, having a rah-rah moment at a press conference is different because of everything else. You know that Dillian's that he's a madman. Like, that, though. Derek, it goes without saying. But when the American guys do it, like Devin, why are you getting in Brian Norman face, bro? What are you going to do? When the bell rings, you're going to run, bro.
Yeah.
That's you're gonna run, bro. You won't be in his face when it come fight night. So what is all the rah-rah shit, bro? And Shakur, I'ma put belt to ass. No, you put back to rope. You didn't put belt to ass. You won and you did good, but I didn't. You didn't put a belt to Williams Zepeda's ass. He kept you on the ropes the
No,
whole
but you know what? My one critique of that fight was that they both fought their own fight, but I mean, just Sakura was better. And one of my biggest problems with Zepeda was he's good enough to close the distance and have a guy like that on his ropes, but his punch selection was shit. Like he
dog
was
shit.
so predictable, he's so one dimensional. You have the opportunity to get a guy like that on the ropes, and you're throwing the same punches without
Same
any variety.
combinations, bro, in the
You
same
don't-
fucking places.
You don't have power. At least have punch selection. I mean, he's got to get someone to train him how to have better punch selection. Really, it was fucking awful.
Yeah. So that's kind of like what we're talking about the Americans, that they'll say shit like, "Look, did Alicia Baumgartner beat Michaela Mayer? Yes, but you didn't dog walk her.
No, not at all.
You didn't dog walk her.
It
You
was
beat her, and
competitive.
you won. But
was
that
competitive.
wasn't.
Fight was close.
Yeah, it was a
It
competitive
wasn't.
fight.
Shakur,
I hate how
before
these
the
fuckers act.
fight, before the fight, oh, I'm a put belt to. You didn't put belt to ass, bro. You didn't.
He did not.
You know.
And all the people acting like he whooped him, like he just like this was not a dominant fight. This dude was competitive. This dude had moments in the fight where, if it wasn't for his shitty fucking limited punch selection and ring IQ, he would have really hurt him.
It's like the Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall shit. Clarissa
That
act
was
like
competitive too.
she act like that she did a fatality, like you didn't. Like what? It's the petty shit basically that people can see. This is just the petty shit. That's what this is, and people don't respect it. So when I see Devin, you getting in Brian's face, yeah, you'll do that at the press conference because you won't do it in the fight,
And your security next to you. Shit.
right? And yes, other thing, boxers with security guards. Give me a break, bro.
Devin Haney,
Fucking
Devin Haney
serious,
acts like
bro.
Boxers with security guards and rappers coming out with
no. Devin Haney's acting like he didn't fight Jorge Linares, and he was the one who got rocked.
Yeah,
For
no
real.
shit.
Like that, you like, yo, I know you Devin Haney. And maybe if you like, I don't know, if you in a different country, I could see having security. If you in a different country, I could get it. Like, yeah, because you need somebody, you never know what's going down. It's not your town. But bro, you ain't, come on, be like, you ain't fucking Ryan Gosling out here, bro. Like, all the fans is gonna mob me. What, like, get out of here, bro. Like, you don't need a fucking security.
Well, to be fair to Devin, he
Okay,
did
but-
get in a fight with that one guy at the park, and his boys needed to jump in to help him out.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Okay, but look, here in Chile, we a couple of years ago, we had what we call the La Generación Dorada in soccer. Like the best of the best guys that they won one of the biggest cups in America at that time. But after a while, all those fighters start to get old, and they start to. I mean, the players start to get old and start to retire. But everyone still was talking about, no, this is gonna be the moment. This is gonna be the moment of the World Cup, and Chile is gonna go there, and it never happens. And they keep believing it because it's our team. And something similar happens to you guys and your fighters because they keep lying to you guys to your face. But I see comments on Twitter, no, Devin and Shakur, they're gonna do it, and Ryan just, Ryan, I know he can win the world. It's all right. And 2 weeks later, after all the dissolution, they keep lying, and people still believe it.
Yeah, we had this conversation though, Leo. That's tribalism. And there's room for tribalism in all of organized sports. If you're in New York, you either root for the Yankees or the Mets, right? Giants or the Jets, right? Organized sports, right? That's how it works. It's set apart for content creators and people who are media, or it should be in the sense that, okay, well, if all you're going to do is root for the home team, then this is not analysis. If all you're going to do is root for the home fighter, this is not analysis of boxing. This is not a play-by-play. This is not a breakdown. This is just tribalism.
Yep.
The
And
only
that's
thing
that. And that's where it becomes some hack shit. And I noticed that while the Brits, wild tribal, they'll break down a fight. Most British channels will break down a fight, even if it means the British fighter loses. They'll break down a fight. Americans don't want to do that. No, because the shit sounds like retarded people talking to me.
And they wrote about their fighters because I'm never gonna forget how they were rooting for fucking Bellew, Tony Bellew, when he was to fight Usyk. Like everyone knew that his chances are a little none, but there goes Tony Bellew. He was circling the ring and connected those.
He gave it a go,
and it was great. He gave it, but everyone knew that you're fighting like a generational talent right now. You're fighting the undisputed guy. So
the thing is, in those high level situations, right? They make the most of it, is what I noticed. But they don't lie to themselves. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, no, they when they go to DraftKings or Bravada or whoever, they know they put their fucking money on. Like,
I'm still fucking mad at Bello for that fight, man. $100. All I need you to do is go the distance, you son of a bitch.
Pork Chop said, I heard Heyman is working with Philip Uranus. That's stupid. Oscar Jimenez said, y'all heard Shakur? He said he don't want to fight the same type of fight again. He said he took too much punishment. Y'all thoughts? He need to shut the fuck up.
That's why I wanted him to lose.
That's funny considering that he's over here beefing with Connor, talking about he would fight Connor.
And the other and you know that I would like that fight. I would like Conor Benn versus Shakur Stevenson. And I don't give a shit if Shakur is American. I don't care about tribalism. I care about entertainment. That is all I care about. Could you imagine if Shakur lost to him, bro? Could you imagine the fucking melt? People wouldn't know what to believe anymore. They'd stop going to church. It would not.
Shakur lost to Conor Benn. I don't think I'd watch box again. This sport is clearly beyond me. Like I don't know how to analyze this shit.
You'd keep watching, though, at the site, because the shit is American fighters, right? On a personal level, the reason that so many people relish the opportunity to see them lose is because a lot of them are jerks. A lot of them are assholes. Chris Billum Smith is a Lebanese fighter, right? But he's a good man. You can see that. Fabio Wardley is not perfect. He don't have a big amateur background. He got none of that Team GB, none of that Olympian bullshit. But you can see he's a good guy. You see what I mean? And you see that about a lot of the other fighters. You see that William Zepeda, he doesn't talk a lot of shit. He doesn't say much, but he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He's not obnoxious. Whereas American fighters are characteristically obnoxious. That's why it's so fun to see them lose. So if Conor Benn and all his ugly fucking tattoos and haircuts, if he found a way to beat Shakur Stevenson, I would fucking laugh. I don't know if he can, but I would fucking laugh. Yeah, because American fighters are obnoxious. And what's worse is you think it's cute that you're obnoxious or something. You are the only fucking morons who think anybody finds that shit charming. And then wonder, why is it that when fighters lose, nobody likes them anymore? Get it right, motherfucker. It's American fighters, and that's why. Because you're fucking obnoxious.
Right.
And the other thing that, coming back to my point about soccer, look, there is something that makes us different. That even when we suck right now at soccer, we relish to the opportunity to face out the other countries. Like, we're gonna run that fate with Argentina, with Brazil, with Peru. We know that they are our rivals. I think there was a moment that boxing in the USA was working similar to the NBA, the NFL. Everyone was an American, really, most of them. And now it's more global. And I think sometimes I feel that you are scared to lose to the other country. Something like that.
Yes. ¿Tú no viste la vaina que dijo Edgar Berlanga? He's from the UK. He's soft. It's like, it's embarrassing, bro. Not only are you American, you from my city. You think that You don't think they got ghettos over there? You don't know they stabbing motherfuckers over there? Nah, because you stuck in the late 90s rap video. You trying to be Fat Joe. Y'all dudes is corny. Like, I love watching Americans lose, low key. Yeah. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I love that shit. Because they're assholes. A lot of the other athletes, even Jaime with his doping case, right? Seems like a nice kid, though. He seems like a nice kid. Doesn't talk
Yep.
much. He seems like a
Yep.
nice kid. You could say that about a lot of foreign fighters. Artur Beterbiev is the kind of human being that many Americans pretend to be. When you talk to the guy, he's not going out of his way to be obnoxious or to be rude, and he is what you guys pretend to be. Dmitry Bivol, every other fucking video he's giving somebody a fucking compliment. A lot of you guys, I'm cerebral boxer, I'm the pure boxer. Yeah, he's those things on another level than y'all. He beat Canelo, he beat Zerto, he beat Beterbiev. He's on a different plane than y'all, but he don't act like that. You always trying to justify the fact that underneath it all, you're a fucking obnoxious piece of shit. And that's why people love watching you lose. They love it. It's a sport within a sport. Watching an American get his ass kicked because you're rude, you're obnoxious, and childish. It's
And
not
as an
because you're a
example-
boxer. It's not because you're a boxer. Fabio Wortley is a boxer. Dimitri is a boxer. Are they rude? Are they childish? No, so it's not because you're a boxer. It's because you're a fucking asshole.
And it
Fucking
affects
no.
their fan base because we saw this on Twitter today. Like the Ring released their pound for pound rankings, and they had the audacity to have Kenshiro Taraji above Shakur Stevenson. It's like, who did Taraji ever beat? Like,
You wouldn't fucking know because you know where the shit is going. It's like the shit is stupid. Like, I love watching That's gonna turn into my new favorite pastime: watching American boxers lose. I love that shit. I hope there's more moments like Shiraz versus Berlanga because I love that shit. So if Conor Ben were to, do the unthinkable and beat Shakur, I would fucking laugh. Stop hyping these motherfuckers up.
that
Celebration of
motherfucker
Berlanga
said.
KO tomorrow, by the way.
That motherfucker said, "I hate watching you fight." Like, oh my god, this motherfucker-
Yeah, like, bro, who you? No, you don't, bro. No, you don't. That motherfucker's entertaining. I felt a little bit bad, because I'm a father. I could see the little boy in Shakur. I felt bad for him a little bit, like, you don't know what the fuck to say. Dude. I don't like watching you fight. I'm learning that this freaking man. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, man.
You're telling Conor Ben that shit?
That dude entiende que ese tipo, he just fought in front of wild people. And I think it's kind of starting to register for the Americans that when you compare the fanfare for a British fighter to an American fighter, Shakur, you was on an undercard, homie. Conor was the main event, bro. His audience was bigger than yours. And he lost. So what? His audience was bigger than yours. You've been on undercard since you left Top Rank. You ain't main event shit. So it's like, yeah, these motherfuckers need to read the memo, man. Be nicer to your fans and be nicer to people because this obnoxious American shit, it's not rocking. A lot of y'all don't sell. That's real as real. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't sell for all this. I'm gonna beat the heel. I'm gonna be the bad guy. The shit is not working. Okay? So you don't have an excuse to be an asshole.
No, Ric Flair is a heel, and people came out across the country to see that motherfucker. Who's coming to see you?
Exactly. The ends have to justify the means. And I look at the Brits, I look at the Japanese, I even look at some of the Aussies, the Mexicans. Why is it that everybody seems to have manners but us?
Damn.
Because
Everybody
there's
has
a lot of
manners.
dickheads on social media, and they think that fucking personality trait is something that they should do in order to sell fights.
For real. Now I'm gonna go fucking smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Yeah, the thing about Shakur is, look, for me, it's okay if you don't want to have that kind of fight anymore, that you took too much punishment. It's all right. Okay, stop asking for such amounts of money because you want to make it an easy part for yourself. You don't want to entertain, and you want to get paid like Floyd, basically. It doesn't work
Yeah.
like that.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Stop taking so
exactly.
much money and fight more often. Then, I mean, you ain't taking
Yeah,
punishment anyway if you fight like that.
and you can be a world champion. You can be one of the best, but you cannot be asking for 3, 4, 5 million dollars with a performance like the Los Santos fight. No, that's not gonna run. And the only motherfuckers that were willing to pay you tell them that you told them to fuck off. That was Dodd Frank because Bob Aaron was willing to renew your contract. After that fucking performance, he was willing to renew your fucking contract for the same money, and you told them, "Fuck that. I'm gonna be a free agent on some kind of shit." I don't really
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Mexico,
Leo, he's not. If he wants to keep getting that money from Turkey, he ain't gonna get fucking cupcakes. So he better be prepared for that shit.
it's a scam because I know what Shakur is gonna do. He's gonna scam the public. He's gonna scam Turkey. He's gonna tell him, "No, it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a great fight," and he's not gonna deliver. And then Turkey's gonna say, "Look, I cannot be working with you again," and he's gonna go to the next guy to scam because first was fucking Bob, then he went to he went to Mushroom, yeah.
Yeah,
Then we're gonna be to Turkey. All those guys are from one promotional company to another promotional company. If you see them, it's Theo, it's all these other guys. They're trying to do the same shit. They burn the bridge, they go to another place, they burn another bridge.
yeah, but pretty soon you run out of bridges to burn. Like you can't keep doing
And
it
they
because it's not like there's a bunch of promoters in boxing that are gonna keep paying them.
and they're gonna make the money regardless. I think.
I don't know about that. Look at Devin. Devin had to get on his fucking hands and knees to get a fight from Turkey just so he could get paid what he normally gets paid. Even the Haney's are starting to realize they can't keep fucking playing games anymore and trying to run scams because nobody's falling for it anymore.
What do you
I
think
just
about
hope
that fight?
whoever pays. I just hope whoever pays Shakur's next fee puts him in the ring with an opponent who can get him on the ropes and not throw 20 punches to the head. Like he's gonna do the shoulder roll, buddy. Like do a hook. Throw a hook at least.
Try
damn.
an uppercut for
Now,
Christ.
about that, look, I understand that Cepeda looked limited against Shakur, but you have to understand something. Cepeda was fighting that way because Cepeda had a lot of success fighting the same way. So if you spend like, I don't know, 50 years of your life fighting in the same way, I don't think after one camp you're going to change that much. So he did what it was natural to him.
No, I mean the
And
thing
it
is,
worked.
Zepeda didn't have to change his style because he is who he is. He has a certain skill set, and that works for him. He's not the type of dude that's gonna turn into fucking uh, Juan Manuel Marquez. He's not a counterpunching boxer, and he's never gonna be that. So for people who think that, oh well, if he goes to another trainer, he can become a different fighter. No, he is who he is. The only things that Peta honestly is missing is he doesn't have heavy hands. If he had heavy hands and could hurt motherfuckers more often, he'd be an unbelievably great fighter as far as like people wanting to see him. He would be like Manny Pacquiao in a way, you know?
You know what the comp for him is? It's Juan Diaz. Just someone who throws a lot of punches, is in entertaining fights, and maybe even can win a world title. But he's not long for this career, and his
Well,
resume.
Jason, I'll say this: he's not exact. It's a close comp, but I'll push back in this sense. Juan Diaz was notorious for not staying in shape in between fights. We've never seen Zepeda be fat and out of shape in between fights.
It's more about style than lifestyle. But
But
I would put
lifestyle does help,
Cepeda
though.
if I want to make a comparison with Cepeda against another, it will be more like a Katsilis. Do you remember that guy, the Australian guy?
Katsidis, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Katsidis had power, though.
Did he? Because I think it was something similar to Cepeda. It was more about combination punching.
Well, against certain guys, when he got to America, Leo, yeah, he kind of looked like that. But against, like, I went to go see Katsides when he came here to California, and he fought Joel Casamayor in the fucking desert here in Palm Springs, and he put an ass whooping on Joel Casamayor. But Casamayor ended up beating him at the end. He knocked him out because he was able to time him and counterpunch him at the end, and he got him. But Casamayor took an ass whipping, so he had heavy hands, and he had knocked out other guys previous to coming to the U.S. Like, there's a fight that he had in England that was a fight of the year where he fought like the British version of himself, this guy named Graham Earl, and he fucking hit that dude with a punch that literally the guy looked like he was in a unconscious for like 5 minutes. They literally were worried that he might have fucking killed the guy. That's how hard he hit him. So Katsides only looked somewhat limited once he got to the U.S. and had to fight the real world-class guys. But he had hands, like he had heavy hands, and he was no joke.
Yeah.
And he was in a lot of fights, actually.
What happened?
Yeah, and that Juan Manuel Marquez fight, that I think something similar is gonna was gonna happen to Cepeda when he fights a real counter puncher with more muscle on the functions than Shakur, and I think that's gonna be his downfall.
True, but then if you really think about it, though, who's out there right now at 35 that fights like Juan Manuel Marquez, Leo? There's nobody out there that fights like him.
Nobody is on the level of. Nobody right now is on the level of Juan Manuel Marquez in the lightweight division. But
Yeah.
I don't think Cepeda. I don't know if Cepeda is on the level of Katsides at that time. So I don't think he's. You need Juan Manuel Marquez.
No, but what I think is going to happen with Zepeda is he'll probably move up at some point to 40. And then I think he eventually moves up to 47. And then at 47 is probably where he sees the guys that are just way bigger and stronger than him. And he probably gets his ass kicked there. I think right now at 35, he's in a perfect spot because he can make weight. He hasn't had issues making weight. And there's no legitimate killers in the division. So he can stick around for a while at 35 as long as he can keep making 35. It's once he starts moving up that's when he's going to be in trouble. At least that's how I see it.
I mean, you say that, but I mean, you say that, and it's like there's no legitimate killers that like he needs to be afraid of. But is anyone really in the division who is at the world level to be afraid of Zepeda? I don't think so.
I think a lot of guys now are not afraid of him because they saw Shakur beat him. Like they see the blueprint on how to beat him. But nobody was running to necessarily fight him either, Jason. Like, I mean, he literally was
fight anyone else though. That's the thing. Like,
yeah, you can make the case that his promoter was going out of his way not to give him a guy with a name, quote unquote, right? But if you think about it, though, look at the guys who are quote unquote the top contenders right now in the division: Murataya, Andy Cruz, Sam Noakes, Abdullah Mason. There's a lot of young, inexperienced dudes in that mix. So it's not like any of those guys are miles ahead of Zepeda right now. So I think he could be competitive with any of those guys.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like no one needs to be afraid of that dude. So
no, yeah, you're right. No, but I think the fight against Shakur this past weekend, I'm sure a lot of these guys were like, "Oh, well, fuck it, I'll fight him now." You know, I seen what to do, how to beat him.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got a question for you, real quick. It's off the wall, so I know I'll probably hear about it. Do you think Isaac Cruz is going to beat Fierro again this weekend?
I wouldn't be surprised if he loses. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he loses. That last fight, did you see that fight? That was the most hurt I've ever seen Isaac by a guy, and it was several times. It wasn't just once. It was like 2, 3 times. He caught him really good, and Isaac actually looked woozy. I wouldn't be surprised if Angel beats him, bro. Being honest.
Kind of hope he does.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Isaac Cruz.
Look, coming back to the Cepeda discussion, look, I understand that Cepeda looks beatable right now after the Shakur fight, but I don't know if a guy like Abdullah Mason is gonna. I'm not talking necessarily about Abdullah Mason himself. I'm talking about his team. I don't think he's gonna look about. He's gonna look about the Cepeda fight because maybe Cepeda is beatable, but that's a tough night of work for everyone in the division. And Abdullah is still very fucking green. So he can beat him. Yeah, probably.
Te lo voy a
But
decir.
he's gonna take a
Ese
lot of punches
cubano,
because
ese cubano, deja ese mexicano quieto. I don't know that Andy Cruz could beat. I don't know that Andy Cruz could beat William Zepeda. I don't. It's not like you hit all that fucking hard either. You don't. You know. There's guys William beats, man. There's guys that he beats. I don't know how many guys are gonna jump up. I mean, it helps that Turkey's willing to put up big money for that shit, so that does help. But like, yeah, he's a handful. He's a handful, and he didn't get annihilated on Saturday. He lost. He did lose, but he didn't get annihilated.
Yeah, but he didn't get blown out. That's the big thing.
Didn't get annihilated. Like, he'll be okay.
Shakur tickled him. He got blown out, but I mean, we know.
No. That Shakur. No. Shakur definitely won more rounds. We 8-4. That's how I saw it. 8-4, maybe 9-3. Talking about rounds though. If we're talking about punishment, no, Williams fine, dog. Well, he's okay. He's fine. And to Shakur's credit, not everybody's going to be able to work under those circumstances. Like Andy Cruz at 5-0. Do you honestly think he could handle the pressure right now? No. If they fought, if that were next, I would go Zepeda. He's going to wear him out. He's going to wear him out. Andy's going to look flying flashy for the first few rounds, and that pace is going to get to you, you know? You don't have the experience of a Shakur Stevenson. You haven't been a champion at 3 weights. You're not used to going the distance as much as he is, you know?
So, might start looking like Puello Mortal from this weekend.
Shit gonna look like motherfucking Rashidi versus fucking Villa. That's what the shit gonna look like. Like, yeah, you gonna be doing your thing and the jab and the movement and the pivot and the thing and the thing and the other thing. And then for round 6, still feel like you got fucking ass.
Be out here like Caleb Plant, like, oh, what? Why am I so tired now?
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Shout out to motherfucking Mexican Killer. Imagine this is a Zepeda versus. Imagine this is a Zepeda, Canelo versus Floyd moment. You know, maybe. But one thing about William, you have to give him, that fight was only entertaining because of William. Shakur won, and he did good. He did really good. But the only reason the fight was digestible was because of William. Every William Zepeda fight looks like that. All of them. He's gonna put you on the ropes. That's what he's gonna do it. It's gonna happen. You know?
That was funny though, Jules, that you said that Crawford came out and said, what the fuck was he doing? He was on the ropes too much.
Literally, there's an interview. He said it. He said he was on the ropes too much. That shit don't look good. It's the truth, bro. Only and shout out to motherfucking Devontae, because he's the one that brought it up. That why is it that Americans are the only ones that think sitting on the ropes is a fucking good thing? Only American boxing fans think that shit. I never see nobody else saying that shit. It's the truth.
Yep.
All of us. I don't think it is. I'm American.
You say that shit all the time, country.
No, I don't. Get out of here.
Man, just last live you were talking about how cool it was in the roast. Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy.
Motherfuckers.
but what do we think about the potentiality of Maypac 2?
Oh, I'm not bothering.
Fuck that. They if they did that, I hope nobody buys that shit.
People, no, pero de verdad, people would buy it for the same reason que ellos compraron Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, sabiendo that it's an exhibition. It's not even a real fight. It doesn't count towards their records. For the nostalgia, they would buy it. It's not gonna do 4 million, right? But
Wait, Jules, are you sure it would be an exhibition? Because these motherfuckers were talking about with Manny having the belt, he would
no,
actually
no, no, no,
ask to
no,
fight
no.
him for the
I'm
belt.
saying no. I'm saying that when Mike fought Roy, even though it was an exhibition because of the
Oh,
decorum, they bought into it anyway.
oh
Over
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
million people bought that fucking shit. So thinking about Manny and Floyd, yeah, they would buy it. They would, but it would be a garbage fight, man. Like, it'd be a
yeah,
horrible fucking fight, bro. The first one wasn't that good.
yeah. And that was a decade ago, and both guys are damn near close to 50. Like, really?
But me, I don't really think though that Floyd is gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna do it. I think that they're just saying that shit. Ellos le dijeron eso a Lance Pugmire so that he would run the boxing scene, run to Twitter and tweet about it. So now, oh shit, man, he might fight Floyd. Let's buy the pay-per-view. Psych.
Yeah, yeah,
Psych. They're gonna
yep.
steal that shit
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Speaking about Superman, do you remember that series Smallville? That Superman spin-off?
Yeah.
That fight feels like someone telling me, look, Smallville's gonna come back with a new season. Who gives a fuck? That fucking series ended like between like 10 years ago. I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, like
As it has been 10 years.
no,
since
but
that
look,
fight.
before I go grab my coffee, this is what I'll say. While I don't think any of us are excited at the prospect of those two fighting again, is there money? Yes. I think that does a million at least. I think it does a million. Just for the people to be able to say, "Oh, we saw Floyd and Manny fight in our generation." That weekend, that would be the fight to watch. They're doing it again.
Man.
But it wouldn't be. But it wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't believe. I think I'm with you, Jules. The fact that Floyd looked like shit his last few exhibition fights, that just tells you that he knew he was done.
Él no le va a darle chance a Manny to Floyd's too arrogant. It means too much to him to
Exactly.
be unbeaten. To gamble it now in his what? He's close to 50.
Yeah, he would be 49 if they fought next year.
Yeah, he's older than Pacquiao.
He's not gonna get. But like I said, to get the journos writing articles and to get people fake excited, yeah, they'll say, "Oh yeah, yo, there's already talks, yo. It's a $1 billion fight. What the get the
$1 billion
fuck out of here."
The American public sometimes are straight suckers. They believe anything.
Yeah, and I think it's about Floyd also. Because Floyd has been quiet in this couple of months. So now that Pacquiao is coming back, Floyd has to jump in and say, maybe I'm gonna come back too. And maybe I'm gonna be Pacquiao, I'm gonna be more successful than Pacquiao right now, if he beats values. Something like that this is a way of selling. It's just a way of Floyd saying, I'm still relevant.
It was so peaceful when his mouth was shut too. Did you notice how peaceful it was when he wasn't talking?
I was gonna say the only thing I had seen on his ass at all on social media lately was someone posted a video of him a few weeks ago where he was like somewhere in Europe. I don't know where the fuck he was at. And he was surrounded by his fucking goons that are his security. And some guy like was mouthing off to him about something. And it was like in front of a hotel. And some guy who's like working for the hotel's like trying to tell the guy, like, hey, my man, like, you need to be quiet. Like, leave him alone. And Floyd went over and started talking to the guy and they kind of got into it. And then one of Floyd's fucking security guards like tried to get in the dude's face. And then the dude started kind of backing up, and then like the video was over. So I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, is he really trying to like antagonize people on vacation? Like, really?
No, he's trying to get Floyd to pay for something he quote unquote bought. Bet you anything that's what it was.
Maybe it was probably that.
Maypac 2. That is simultaneously the biggest, because on paper, it's the highest grossing fight that has ever been on paper. It's the highest grossing fight that generated the most money, but it's also one of the most overhyped fights. Like, bro, that shit really did not live up to the hype.
Nope.
It
Nope.
did not live. But I knew I could take you to the Facebook post that I made the week of the fight. I said this is gonna be boring. Floyd is gonna UD him. Like this is not gonna be a shootout. It's not. You know.
No, Floyd is too much. Floyd is bigger than him. They're both older, and Manny had a fucked up shoulder going in, even if he didn't.
No, even without the fucked up shoulder, it's Manny has a tell when he does that. Manny has this, he does this little shuffle thing. He bounces back and forth. Right before he throws the jab 2 times, he has a tell, and Floyd's gonna see it like that. That's what I figured. But that's a big part of Manny's thing is that little pa pa pa. Like Floyd's gonna see it. He's gonna see it. He's gonna take a half step back, pull counter. Like this is and he won, and he deserves credit for being the best of his generation. But that fight was a fucking disappointment, and I didn't even want to admit it the night of the fight. I was just happy that I was right because I am really fucking petty. And I like being right. So I would, for a good while, I was in denial that was actually a pretty shitty fucking fight. It was a shitty fight. It wasn't a good fight. Floyd's been in better fights. Manny's been in better fights. Floyd's fight with Cotto was more entertaining. Floyd's fight with Castillo, those two fights, the two Maidana fights, those were more entertaining. That Pacquiao fight was
Yeah, the thing is, Jules, I just wonder if we would have gotten a way different fight if it had happened when it was supposed to happen. Not in 2015, but if it had happened like 2009, 2010. Would we have seen a better fight then if it had
It would have been a
happened then?
better. I mean, like you do have to wonder if Floyd would have won. You do. Like I think that's completely fair. Like it's a conversation. Would Floyd have won if he fought Manny before Marquez knocked him out? That's a fair question. Probably, right? Maybe not. Floyd did seem averse to fighting Manny, but at the same time, Manny dragged his feet too. And it just
Yeah.
becomes the same conversation that it was back then. They're like, yeah, Floyd did seem a bit nervous about the guy, but Manny did seem nervous about that anti-doping testing,
He said, she said, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it becomes what it was. But you can ask people, do you think that Floyd would have beat him pre-Marquez knockout? I think some of them are going to say no. I think some people think that knockout took a lot out of Manny,
I mean, I'm one of
is
those people, but I'm a Manny horse, so I'm not the guy.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Floyd was when you put all of his bullshit aside, was he a great boxer? Yeah, he was. He's a great boxer. He's just, once again, another American asshole. Just an asshole. I have no desire to see fucking Maypac 2, but unfortunately, off of nostalgia, if they made it, yeah, it'll be big. I don't know if it does 2 mil, but I think it could do like a solid million. I think it could. All the stars are gonna go.
Yeah. But
Yeah, let's not speak that shit into existence.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Let's
you
hope
say
it
this
doesn't
is gonna
happen.
throw up in the back of my mouth.
Yeah.
Do you
Hey,
guys-
Jules, really quick question because we were talking about this. I'm curious to hear your take. Leo was saying that he thought a comparable comp to Zepeda was Michael Katsidis from back in the day. Jason said he thought he was more like Juan Diaz, the baby bull. Who do you think he fits more along the lines of one of those two guys?
Katsidis. Michael Katsidis. That's who I would liken him to. I didn't see much of Juan the Baby Bull.
Juan was a tough, little pressure fighter, but he got ground down because of all the tough fights he had when he was making his title run at 35. Like, he beat a couple guys like Julio Diaz and Asalino Freitas, and I forgot who else. He got like 3 of the belts at 35, and then what did him in was the fight against Juan Manuel Marquez. he
The
picked
two
him
fights
apart
with
and then knocked him out.
You should go back
Bad
and watch those Marquez fights because those are, especially the
No,
first.
Marquez was a bad motherfucker, man. Marquez, aside from the Pacquiao shit, Marquez was a bad motherfucker. Entertaining too. Bad motherfucker.
The thing with the comp with Diaz is that Diaz was another come forward, throw a lot of punches guy who didn't necessarily have the biggest punch, but threw enough to make up for it. Which I felt.
No, that's the thing about being a volume puncher. That's what makes fights entertaining. A guy who's gonna risk it all, throw 4 and 5 fucking punches. Like, yeah, go for it, man. That's the fuck we here for. But I don't think everybody can handle that. I don't know that Abdullah's ready for that. I don't know that he's ready for that. I don't think Andy's ready for that. Floyd has power, so Floyd Schofield has power, but
But that chin of his is kind of questionable.
yeah,
And
knowing your engine though, your engine. If you don't get this guy early, dog, it don't favor you. If you don't get him early, you got to get him early. Because if this fight progresses and he's still here throwing a million punches at your ass, you might go out just because you tired.
And that's true, but I think a lot of Zepeda's advantages is because so many of these guys are inexperienced right now. If they get 1 or 2 fights, I think they have a much better chance against Zepeda, and that's why I'm kind of thinking in the back of my mind, if Zepeda doesn't become a world champion in the next 1 to 2 years, at least in this weight class, I don't think he's going to.
I agree with that. I agree with that. He should go after I think the way that he should play it, go after Andy Cruz, beat him, then go after Raymond Muratalla. That should be the sequence. If you beat Andy, you become IBF interim champion. Muratalla has to fight you then. Even though they're supposed to be fighting though, and I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. Andy and Muratalla are supposed to be fighting, so
we'll see.
Yo, Jules, did you see that Abraham Nova stepped in to fight Raymond Ford?
Yep. Dika, they offered the fucking fight. Kakapupu pulled out. He's not fucking stupid, bro. I said you're not hurt, bro. You know what was about to happen. Raymond was gonna fuck you up, and you fucking know that. Did the same fucking shit to Sugar Nunez. Did the same shit. Like you know what time it is, bro. You know what's about to happen. I'm wondering what the fuck gonna happen with the Fulton versus Foster fight.
That's some bullshit. Like Fulton is getting. I'm feeling sorry for Fulton. Like every time he has something going on,
he's a fucking dickhead, bro. He's still over there. He's a fucking dickhead. You just want a belt. You still over there? Take that belt. Go somewhere else. Nah, I'm gonna stay over here. I'm gonna let him fucking jerk me off and waste my time. Fuck it. I ain't doing nothing.
He's all. They promised me some more Tims and shorts to wear in the ring.
Shit is fucking stupid, dog. Do you guys think they're gonna fight? Like, do you guys think there is gonna be a rematch between Gervonta and Lamont?
No.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
I don't think it's gonna happen. Especially,
I could see it happening, but if they don't make the fight for September, then it doesn't happen. They have to make it for September, or I don't think he's gonna fight him.
Leo, do you see it happening?
No, I don't think. Gervonta, besides all this shit with this baby mama, he hasn't been training. So I think he knows he needs a full camp. I think he knows he needs to be ready if he wants to win. So no, I don't think he's gonna fight him. I think his plan is maybe sit down the rest of the year and make a big fight with, I don't know, with anyone else and catch out and leave the sport.
Rematch with his ex-girlfriend for the title?
Maybe, but not a like.
He can win.
Country, is that rematch gonna happen?
I don't know.
Do you think it's gonna happen?
The reason is this. I think Gervonta knows that if that fight happens, it's not sure if he can win. If he doesn't win,
go ahead. Sorry.
If he doesn't win, it's not. He needs a big fight before retiring.
Do you think he can win? Do you think he? Because the shit is that, look, I hate the fucking guy, right? So I don't trust myself in evaluating that fight. But what stands out is he beat Lamont won the exchanges. He beat you in your sweet spot where you normally do your best shit. He was beating you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
No,
think the
I
fight
think
happened.
he can win, but Javante is such of a coward that I don't know if he wants to find out. Because if he doesn't win, there goes his career because
Se
he's not
jodió.
gonna be in position. He's not gonna be in position to demand any kind of money
Yeah,
to
but
anyone.
wasn't he talking about wanting to retire early anyway?
He
Yeah, but
was.
he wants his big fight. He wants a Ryan Garcia gonna
Are
fight
you
before
sure,
retire.
bro? Because there was a tweet from, I want to say it was from a month and a half, maybe month, 2 months, where he said, y'all can have this boxing shit. Y'all can have the number one
I
spot.
remember that.
I don't think he wants to
He was on his
fight
period.
Lamont, bro. Yeah, but the shit is, he's. I don't think he wants the rematch. I don't think he that you don't want it. You just know that you have to have it, but you don't really want it.
Yeah.
Tim Tszyu wants to fight Sebastian Fundora. He wants to do that. You can see that. Daniel wants to fight Usyk again. I don't really think Javante wants to fight Lamont.
No,
again.
I agree with you. He doesn't want to fight, but he knows that he wants because I don't think he wants to fight at all. I think he wants to retire, but he knows that if he wants to retire, he needs to retire with a big payday. Because I'm not really sure how his financial situation right now. Because if your movie is entangled with the PPC, I don't know if you have all of your money.
No, y también you got one fight, bro. You only got one fight that did real numbers, and that's the Ryan Garcia fight. Make no mistake, that's the only fight that he was in that made any kind of real money. Y con un pay-per-view that did 1 million buys with one, yeah, you're not set for life. We see boxers go broke all the time. We see a lot of people that made a lot of money go broke all the time. That is, it's not enough. Not based on your spending habits. If you were one guy who honestly made it work, and I kind of admire him for that, as much as I like to make fun of him, is Danny Garcia. He made it work. The money that he made the money make him money. And he has a mansion. It's the same mansion that he's had for years, but the fact that he still has it. And the fact that he's promoting his own shows. And I suspect that he's using those shows to launder drug money in Philadelphia. That's a smart guy.
Yeah, I think that Tank actually does think he can win because I think it's just another Tyson Fury Usyk situation. I think he believes he did nothing wrong in the fight and that he should have won.
Bro, he knows. He's weak, bro. He's mentally, like, he knows that. Bro, like, don't you see that immediately after he got booed? He's not used to that, bro. Why y'all acting like I talking shit? It's like he's not used to that, bro. He used to being the king
Everybody
of
kissing
shit.
his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's starting to figure that out for himself. That you are always been like an overhyped fighter. I think the moment that you start calling out Loma, the moment he starts talking about retirement, that's the moment that all the people that supposedly was fucking with you, they start turning out against you. And now that you basically lost against Ramon Rose because everyone saw what happened, you are starting to think, yeah, this boxing shit, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to retire, but he cannot retire right now because I don't think he has the right kind of money.
That dude doesn't know how to use a fucking calculator, bro.
Nah.
The thing with him, you know that he's not talking about retirement from all the fucking wars that he's been in, right? No, you're not worn out. You're not worn out physically per se. You can't be. You haven't really fought anyone. It's psychologically. Now, why are you worn out psychologically? You can't handle pressure. The only guys remaining, you're running out of easy options. Lamont was supposed to be an easy option. Look at what happened. He don't want to do this shit. He doesn't want to do this shit. No fucking way.
But he cannot have a rematch with Ryan because Ryan is now unequivocally the A side. You cannot demand a fucking cash weight. You cannot fucking demand anything
Yeah,
on that fucking weight.
you look, not even that Ryan is the A side per se, but that Ryan understands what he brings. Because the first
Yeah.
time, Ryan, you're a fucking like you. Why would you adhere to all of this? You understand he can't do numbers without you. If you go into the first fight with the understanding, Brody, you don't do a million without me, so there ain't gonna be no catch weight. And if there's no fight, oh well, I'll move up. I'm still growing. You're not. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of that, Jules, though, like even De La Hoya said it. Um, he kept trying to tell Garcia not to take the fucking terms of the fight, but it was his stubborn ass and his manager's stubborn ass that were
Lupe.
stupid enough to agree to everything.
El idiota de Lupe, they're like, you guys
Yep.
don't understand the leverage that Ryan has. He brings a completely different audience to this thing, and there is no hope for Gervonta to make any kind of money without Ryan. Whereas Ryan, en ese tiempo, you could tell yourself, your dog, down the line, we could fight Devin. Down the line, we could fight Teofimo. Down the line, we could fight a lot of people that he's not going to fight. Gervonta's not going to fight none of them people. But those are options for us. We have leverage, but Ryan is just another bull-headed soy boy moron. Like, you gave all your leverage away, you fucking imbecile. Stupid.
But he was so courageous, Jules. No, he's a fucking asshole and an idiot.
Fucking dickhead, dog. But that's what I mean, that Ryan probably now has a better understanding of his role. Maybe he's the A side, maybe he's not, but he's going to drive a hard bargain now. He is, yeah, because he understands you don't do real numbers without me. You fought 2 times since we fought. You haven't come close to doing those numbers. I haven't either,
Yeah,
but I'm not the one that thinks he's the face of boxing.
a real fight with real money involved for Gervonta Davis is Ryan Garcia is not gonna have that fight. It would have been Jake Paul, but there goes that, and that opportunity is gone, according to your rumors.
Yep.
And the other fight is someone like Shakur Stevenson. And Gervonta Davis could make that fight by himself. He doesn't need anyone. He can just contact Turkey and he can make that fucking fight. But Gervonta knows that he's not winning that fight.
He's not winning. Like we could make fun of Shakur all day. We could like him. We could hate him. But he wins that fight. Oh, yeah. Bro, he did a fantastic job of avoiding punch after punch after punch from William. Like, they're focusing on 1 or 2 punches that got in. Understand, Gervonta doesn't even throw that much. He doesn't throw anywhere near that much. It'll be a lot easier to see what he's throwing.
He would get frustrated and wouldn't know what to do.
He'd probably get frustrated and soil himself.
No, and Shakur is not gonna struggle with a guy like Gervonta. Shakur is gonna struggle once he moves up in weight and start fighting guys with a similar fight, with a similar size and similar reasoning. That's when is gonna start to struggle. But right now,
we talked about it on Saturday, Leo. We talked about que Matia tiene su defecto, but that is if Shakur were going up there right now, yes, that is a super dangerous fight for a guy like Shakur. A volume puncher with more size than William. Yes, that is super dangerous, dog. Super. Size matters.
And Matias as a combination puncher, I think is better than Cepeda. I'm not talking about form. I'm not talking about fundamentals. Look, you're gonna see on Matias more creative ways to open a guard than what does Cepeda.
No, él coge. No, espera. Él coge más chance. I don't agree with you on that, Leo. Lo que Matias tiene that Zepeda doesn't have is punching power. If Matias were punching at 35, if Zepeda were punching at 35, like Matias is punching at 40, I don't even think Shakur would have made it out of that fight, bro. I don't think he would have, bro. Matias has power, and that's what opens guys up. That you catch 2 on the arms, but then he hits you in the fucking ribs. Then the hand drops. Right? Like, guy hits hard, man. That's what he got. He hit hard.
Man, how the fuck did Puello stay up? Didn't even get knocked down.
He's just a tough bastard. You just gotta give him credit.
He is tough though. Like, real shit. He is.
And honestly, watching Puello is I don't really know how you're making Super Dagwood.
Ese
You should
tipo
be
es
in
grande
welterweight.
para esa división, man. Like he's big
You
for
should be in
that.
welterweight.
But
Maybe him.
it's always those dudes that have that Tommy Hearns frame that you're like, how the fuck do they make these small weights?
Naturally skinny, bro. Naturally, you're absolutely right. That he looks like a naturally skinny dude. That
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Arnold Barboza's going to welterweight.
Good luck.
I'm so excited.
There ain't nothing there for him.
I thought
Wow.
you wanted. I felt you might want to know that, Ignacio. That Arnold is going up to welterweight.
After his last performance, Jules, yeah. I mean, good luck. There ain't
Big
nothing at
Barboza?
47 for him.
Big Barboza's coming up to welterweight now. It's surprising.
What the hell's he gonna
Imagine all
do?
those great matchups.
I'm excited. I'm busting with excitement, Leo. I can't wait.
But
Yeah,
it's a full
we can
night
tell.
or just a recap.
I'm Arnold Barboza. I'm fighting against Teofimo, who struggles with guys on the back foot and jab. I think I'll come forward.
God, dog,
Goddamn retard.
he shed the bed so much in that fucking
Yep, the lights got too big for his ass that night.
fucking oh god. And Teo, what happens with that fucking moron?
See, now that I was actually going to pose this question, Jules. You don't think that Tio and his pops might literally just tell Gervonta, hey, you really want to go out one last fight? Let's me and you fucking fight. Because we don't have nobody else to fight.
I think that they would, Ignacio, but is Javante gonna bite?
Yeah, that's true. That's the question.
They would they would do that, and it's not even a bad idea. But is Javante gonna do it? I say, what? Tio's not gonna go to 35.
No.
Javante's gonna try to catch weight him. Is Tio dumb enough to take it? He's pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. He sells it.
I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen with Tio. He's going to have 2 or 3 fights where he looks like shit and be like, oh, as soon as he fights so-and-so with this style, and then he will, and then for some stupid, inexplicable reason, he'll look great and beat him.
No te lo voy a
And just
decir.
leave us
I'll tell you
pulling our
what. No, I'll
fucking
tell
hair
you. No. That's not going to go on forever, Jason. At some point, another mandatory is going to get called. He's just satisfied one, but he can't play. He can't keep playing this game where he has a fight and then he disappears. All right, Arnold was his mandatory, correct? Arnold was his mandatory,
Yeah.
the last one. At some point, another one is going to get called, and he's not going to like who it is, and then he might have to come out of that belt if he still has it next year. I don't even know that he's going to fight again this one. I don't get the sense that he is, because it's like, well, who you going to fight, bro? You turned down Devin. At the perfect time to fight Devin, you turned him down. So, I don't know what if he don't fight this year. So, I don't know, dog, but...
It's not going to be Gervonta because Gervonta... Turkey likes Shakur. For some reason, he likes it. So, Turkey knows that a fight that can catapult Shakur Stevenson into being so-called the face of boxing, maybe, or in his way to be in a face of boxing, is
fucking smart, Leo. Fucking smart.
That will be
Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson versus, even if it's not Gervonta, Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez.
Something like that.
And Tio might take it because Shakur's a little guy that's moving up. He beats fucking Teofimo. I don't have a doubt in my... Yeah, he beats Teofimo. He beats him. He beats him.
But is it a boring fight?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I thought so.
It's going to be one of those cringe... You know what Tio's going to do? He's going to get punched in the face every time he takes a half step forward. He's going to try to showboat the shit away while he's losing rounds.
Yeah.
Cabbage patch.
To the cabbage patch.
I could see him doing dumb shit like that out of frustration.
They're gonna have to make another CompuBox stats for feints, just for feints.
Just for feints, and they're gonna break the record in feints. And the other thing with Tio is you don't have enough money to just be waiting around doing nothing. You don't. sooner or later, you're gonna have to fight somebody, and because you're a fucking moron, it's probably gonna be somebody you don't even want to fight. But out of necessity, you're gonna have to, because you don't have enough money to sit around doing nothing. You don't, you know.
Yeah, not when he's gonna pay for everybody. Like he's gotta pay his mom and his dad's bills, whoever the fuck else.
He
So
has a
yeah,
he has a daily case of Modelo delivered to his father's apartment, bro. That costs on a long enough timeline.
Look,
Got-
I think what the gameplay here, what I'm watching now is something similar to what happened a couple of years ago with. Do you remember all these guys, Cotto, Pacquiao, Mayweather? They were all fighting between welterweight and super welterweight. But
Mhm.
none of those guys started their career on those weights. They were
Yeah.
moving up. What I think is gonna happen is all these guys, these little guys really, Shakur, Teofimo, Devin, all these guys, they're gonna go to welterweight because basically because they don't want to make the weight, and they're gonna be fighting for a bunch of WBC and WBA fight belts, and all these other guys, the bigger guys, the real welterweights, they're not gonna be able to climb up the ranks, and they're gonna have to. They're not gonna get the opportunity to fight for those belts, so they're gonna end up moving up. I think they're gonna
I-
be. It's gonna be Devin, fucking Ryan, all these
Yeah.
guys fighting guys from
Todos esos pendejos
lightweight
del
and super.
140, todos los pendejos.
Yeah, some of those guys are gonna have belts. Some of them are gonna just be retarded and be there, but they're gonna be there waiting for lightweights and super lightweights to move up and fight them.
Sketchy
That's what-
Vada says $500 bet. Shakur doesn't beat T.O. Yeah, shut the fuck up. You just like the T.O.'s a racist. You don't even believe that shit. Make it a regular bet of 100 and you got some action. I'm not betting $500 on that. I'll bet 100. That's my bet. I'll bet 100. Shakur takes him to school. That's an easy pick. You don't struggle with Sandor and struggle with Jermaine. No. Shakur takes you to school. That's an easy pick.
Do you remember Kid Turman? Turman made his career doing some rah shit and talking all that. He didn't fight no one from welterweight, a real welterweight besides Sean
He
Porter.
didn't. His claim to fame is
No.
Danny Garcia. That's his claim
Yeah.
to fame.
And that's what these motherfuckers are gonna do when they arrive to welterweight. They're not good. Maybe Brian Norma fucks everything up.
He
And
could
he-
if that's why I really want Brian to win the Devin Haney fight, because man, look who's paying for it. Turkey's paying for it. If he goes in there, man, and he just fucks up Devin, right? Turkey's gonna keep using him.
Yeah.
And he could become the face of the welterweight division, to where, look, if you guys want action, you have to fight Brian. And for all his flaws, he's a real welterweight. You're not. You guys ain't, you know?
Yeah.
T.O. is the one guy who I would say, of the little guys that are moving up, he has the style for Brian. He has the style, like, yeah, you got the right style for a guy like that, but you may not have the right build. You a little dude at welterweight, bro. That's your third weight class. You a little dude up there. Little ass guy.
Yeah. Talking about that fight, look, I understand what I don't remember. Maybe it was Brim. Someone was talking about shit about Brian Norman that he cannot cut the ring. He wasn't real
Yeah,
pressure fighter. He
It's
couldn't fight.
Julio.
No, that wasn't Brim. That was that. No, it wasn't Julio. That was Ray. Ray was talking.
I was
Ray.
Shit.
It's not Julio.
He's talking a lot of shit.
Look, do you remember the Kevin Haney versus George Cambosos fight?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that at that time you asked me that if George was going to be able to cross the distance. I told you George Cambosos is a boxer puncher. That's what he knows. That's how he fights. I don't think he's had the necessary tools to find them. And the other thing is, for all these virtues, George Cambosos is not a big puncher.
Nope.
I think he has respectable power, but I think if Devin gets caught by George Cambosos, which he did a couple of times, is going to be able to take the chance. I don't think he has the best punch resistance, but I think he can take a couple of chances from George Cambosos, which he did, and he won 2 times. I don't know if you can take a fucking clean shot from Brian Norman. I don't think so.
I say, yo digo que no. Yo digo que no. El lío es, and I keep coming back to this because I'm just hoping that Brian or his father comes across the video where I say, don't look to do him with one punch. You need to throw combinations, risk something. Devin can't knock you out, dog. He can't fight his way out of wet paper bag. If it comes down to taking one to give one so that I could get off mine, do it. That's how you knock him out. But if you looking for one to do it, it's not going to happen. He won't give you the chance to land that one big one. He'll see it coming. He'll move.
And the other thing, you remember the Regis Progress fight?
Mm-hmm.
Regis wasn't able to land anything on Devin. But the thing about Regis, that nobody really saw it coming, that you were shot, but really shot. I don't know if it was the worst against Cepeda or Josh.
Posible porque él se quedó en el 140 too long. He does a career fucking 140 pounder.
You were having a lot of troubles making that weight, and Devin hurt you. You won his respect in that fight because you hurt him a couple of times. Again, I don't know if you can do that shit against Brian. I don't know if you can land a straight right and hurt him, make him feel it. I don't know. I don't think so. I think you go to welterweight and you are not going to be able to win anyone's respect.
I mean, like, I see that for Devin, that the only way it works out to where you win fights at welterweight is if you don't fight welterweights.
Yep.
It's the only way, like maybe you can still beat Teofimo. Maybe, you know? Your style is horrible for his style. That's just the way it is. But Devin versus Stanionis, even, I'm like, yes, Stanionis has his flaws, but he's a welterweight. He is a welterweight. He is a mid-range guy. He is aggressive. And he's got more power than Devin.
No, this isn't like the Manny May era where welterweight was a bunch of junior welterweights and lightweights that moved up. These are genuine welterweights.
Exactly. So when I think about Brian, think about how big it would be if Brian actually, like, I really want Brian to win that fight. That's why it's a little bit dangerous for me to try to call it, because I have a rooting interest in a Brian Norman win, but I can't let that cloud my judgment that you got to throw combinations. I can't stress that enough. It's not going to be one punch. What you landed on Jin, that is not going to happen with Devin, bro. It's not. You got to grind him down and beat him up. That's how you win.
No, Jin was willing to meet you halfway. Devin won't.
Devin
halfway
is going to be
world,
in the
maybe.
Opening bell's going to sound, and Devin's going to be in the fucking parking lot, bro. Way out there. Got to rough him up. You got to chase him, and you got to fuck him up with the understanding that, look, if I got to take one to give one, that's fine, because he don't knock people out, but I do. You know? Got to do it. Great fight, man. Great fight. So we got Bam and Kafu this weekend. I hope Kafu don't fuck this up, man.
He might. Kafu ain't a bitch.
He's not. Like, he's got good size for a super flyweight, and he could counter. He has, like, don't let him hit you clean power. Like, he ain't the biggest puncher, but don't let him hit you clean. Don't fuck this up, Bam.
I just need one scare moment to teach Bam a lesson for the whole Junto bullshit, and that's all I need.
That's the fight that I want, is Bam and Junto. That could build the Inui fight. If Junto Jin Suzuki's Bam, that would be fucking crazy.
Damn, Jules, why are you trying to put fucking death wish on Bam?
I'm postulating, bro. I'm just saying it like, if you really wanted to make that fight bigger, imagine.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine Bam wakes up and says, hey, I have an idea. Let's fight Junta Jagatani.
Let's fight Jin Suzuki. What? What the fuck is talking about, yo? Shit
Is that true that Jin Sasaki is like really fucked up?
I mean, like, he's okay now. Brian Norman said that he's been keeping in contact with him and that he's okay now. But before, right after the knockout, he said he couldn't remember the whole month of May. That's what he said. I could be like, bro, the way he got knocked out, yeah, I could believe that.
Yeah, that was a
surprised he was
nasty
just-
ass hook, and the way his head hit the ground, oof.
Bro, that was a Street Fighter hook, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I just had a horrible thought. What if he had a kid that was born in May and he's like, oh no.
Right? And they're still looking for him and shit. Have you seen you know what I'm saying? Like shit is crazy, bro. But yeah, this is gonna be a full weekend. We got Usyk and Dubois. You know, with the heavyweights, you always gotta respect that they're heavyweights. You always gotta respect that yeah, you could like Usyk's chances and Usyk beat him before, and it's all good. But respect that they're heavyweights, and that's the most spontaneous division in all of boxing. That's the one. That's the motherfucker.
Yeah. I have Usyk winning on decision. I think Dubois has enough character now, enough grit that he won't quit off of a jab. But I don't think that's enough to make up for the talent gap.
I think it's Usyk's stoppage. That's my pick. I think Usyk knows he has to stop him. And because Daniel is more confident, more aggressive, he's going to try more. He's going to get hit more. He's going to gas out sooner because, you know, you feel good. You Daniel, you eating crayons. Shit is crazy. I got a picture of him eating crayons, too. I'm going to use that shit for a thumbnail. Before the fight, I got to use that shit.
Eating crayons,
it's a yellow crayon, too, so it's a really good picture.
No, did you hear that his dad apparently never let him go to school? Like, his entire life was just boxing? Like, bro, that's...
Yeah, I can believe that shit. Yes, I can believe that shit.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy because he's not so much good of a boxer to with that shit.
Yo, that's
like, he's good, but... no, but look, he's not a decorated amateur or something like that. He's just... a guy that's starting a pro career.
He just had him locked in the basement eating Fruit Loops all fucking day, hitting the heavy bag, bro.
Yeah, that's how you build muscle, eating Fruit Loops. This
and his punishment,
it has to be healthy.
Jules, and his punishment when he didn't train, he's like, "You get Captain Crunch."
Yeah, cut the roof of your mouth all up, bro. Should fuck you up.
I never fucked up. That was punishment.
Now I want to go to the Olympics. Shut the fuck up and eat your Fruity Loops.
Eat your fuck. He throw the soup at him and shit.
Fucking Fruit
Hit the
Loops.
fucking bag. Sergey Lapine, the Lapine kid. For those that don't know him, keep an eye on him. He's on the undercard, and he may be the future. He might be. I ain't talking shit, but I'm just saying he may be the future of the light heavyweight division. Ukrainian kid.
Oh yeah, he's Usyk's sparring partner.
Yep.
The slender man guy.
Yep. Yeah, the tall, slender kid.
Yeah.
He might be the future because it's not a lot of new blood coming through light heavyweight per se. Like, yeah, you got Ben Whitaker, but we know what's gonna happen to Ben. Like, bro, I already know what's gonna happen to you. I know how you going out. You gonna go out like Josh Kelly. That's how you gonna go out.
What would be a good fight for that guy?
Who, Sergey Lapine?
Yeah.
Ben Whitaker or Sergey Lapine?
No, Lapine. What would be a good fight? I'm talking.
Yeah, a good fight for Ben Whitaker. The fuck?
No. A good fight for Lapine. Ricard Bolotniks, if he hasn't fought him already. That would be a good fight. That's a guy, he's been around. A lot of people fuck him up. Lapine should fuck him up. You know? If
I'm thinking about that.
if he can beat Bolotniks, I would have him graduate to a Lyndon Arthur fight. That's a guy who can move, guy who can jab. Another guy, he's been in there with people, right? And you know, obviously, at some point you start talking about Callum, Anthony Yard, Joshua Buatsi. At some point you start talking about those guys. Also, David Morrell. I wouldn't mind seeing him fuck up David Morrell. Or Katayev, man. Katayev is a good guy too. I forgot about him. And I'm glad. No. Te lo voy a decir. No, Katayev is limited, right? He's limited. We can see that. But it's not like there's this amazing guy in the light heavyweight division. You know what I mean?
No.
That Dimitri and Artur, they're gonna move on. It's not far away. So in a division where nobody's really outstanding, a Katayev could be a lot of fun. And David Morrell, yo,
He's a loss waiting to happen. Another loss waiting to
yeah,
happen.
he is. He is. I don't know who it's gonna be, but you know, did he win? He got the decision, which I said he would. But it's not looking good, y'all. It's not. It's not looking good. Like, yeah, at this point, I don't know if you would beat Callum Smith. I'm not even joking. At this point, because you don't have the instincts. You can see that. You don't punch with purpose, with intent. You just kind of go through the motions and do what you know how to do, but there doesn't seem to be intent behind it.
He has all the tools and none of the mental makeup.
No, I don't really know. I don't really think he has all the. For example, his precision, his accuracy, I think is not that great.
He's not.
Like, even if at middle range that you are the best of, it's like mid. I think you punch hard. I think you have decent punching power for that weight. But besides that, I don't see much. Not
Yeah.
your defense, your off.
He doesn't. He like the power. Yeah. The speed. Yeah. The defense. The movement. It's all
Because
kind of.
Your power at super middleweight was great, but by now at world level, the top 10 contender level, you are not that. Nah.
I don't know that. I don't know that he beats Buatsi. I'm not even fucking kidding, man. I'm not kidding.
I don't think he does.
Depending on what kind of watch.
Could he beat Craig Richards, Jules?
The shit is that Craig is a tough. Like I know, like Craig is a tough motherfucker. The problem with Craig is Craig take too many rounds off. So a guy like that'll lose a fucking decision, right? But he's a big guy. He's a durable guy. He's been in there with people. David don't knock him out. No, I don't think you knock that dude out. You probably win a decision. You probably win a decision, but you don't knock that dude out.
If he doesn't beat Craig Richards, he doesn't beat anybody at light heavy.
Honestly. And that fucking Scottish dude that beat Craig Richards, bro, Willie Hutchinson. It's like, yeah, I could see Willie Hutchinson giving you a problem because he ain't gonna stand in one spot. It's gonna be like the fucking hot rod fight. It's gonna be like that. Who does David Morrell beat at light heavyweight, man? Who does he beat?
I don't know.
I'm struggling to think of a name, at least one that does something for him.
Do you think he beats Gvozdyk?
If it's the inactive Vosik that was in the Benavides
No,
fight,
he's
yeah.
fighting. Vosdik fought. He won. He's been fighting.
No, I don't think he beats him.
I don't think he beats Vosdik, Ignacio.
Wow.
No, experience, bro.
No, yeah.
And you
Shout
don't
out
have
to
to
Grill.
cheat.
Big Turk said Boots wanted two. Yeah. The word is out, bro. The word is out. Boots, Chancleta
Boots ain't
is.
shit.
Sandalia.
Sandalia. Chancleta is. Yo estoy harto de ese fucking tipo, man.
Chala Ennis.
At this point,
I'm
I'm gonna start calling him El Gato en Botas, Jules.
Because the shit is just like you need two tune-ups for a guy who moved up like you. What is your fucking problem, bro?
At this point, I'm saying Brim is right. Even if he was wrong, he was right. He ducked Norman.
No, I'm not gonna give Brim that already. No, I'm not giving him that already. Fuck no, I'm not doing that.
Hey,
Go ahead,
Jules.
Country.
What about Morrell versus Callum Smith?
Yo, dog, I'm leaning towards Callum. Callum punches with intent and he fights with intent. Like he does. Like he fights with intent. He knows what he's trying to do. Morrell, you look like that with Katayev, bro. That's a little light heavyweight at that. That's not a big light heavyweight. I'm kind of leaning towards Smith. His power's more certified at this weight too. He fucking hurt Buatsi a couple of times.
Yeah.
Saw him punch a man into a coma with the leg shakes and everything.
Right?
I just want the truth says give Morel Khalil Ko.
Mm.
Oh,
That's-
that would be an interesting fight.
Khalil has more power than David Morrell, but I mean, no. You know what? He avenged his loss to.
Yeah, he beat the dude the other couple
that
months ago.
guy. Yeah, he did a good job too. That's a good fight, man. Morrell versus Khalil Cole. Yeah, I could take. I'll go for that. If Boots was, oh god, all right, it's time to go to sleep. See, here we go. Okay, here comes Brim with a turkey sandwich of expletive. Oh, okay, Brim, I hear you, Brim. Guys, it's fucking great. I'm probably gonna go live one more time before Saturday. Everybody, stay safe and you know.
Have a great night, you guys.
Thanks a lot.